All right, we are live, guys. Welcome to the pre-party. We are live with the very first. I don't even know if y'all can hear me. I feel like I'm screaming over the music. The very first Becoming More Summit, guys. I'm so excited. I hope you're excited to be here.
Yeah.
I got my sisters with me, which is exciting. I told you guys, if you read the email, I was gonna be in my Snuggie. We're here in our pajamas. We're just kicking back. I want to introduce you guys to my buddies. This is Dominique right here. And then Kelly.
Hey.
And then we've got Jackie.
Hey.
And then, hey everybody. So happy you guys are here. So if you guys could do us a favor, would you go ahead and drop in the comments, chat, and let us know who you are and where you're logging on from. I want to see where you guys are. So go ahead, take a minute, who you are, where you're logging on from. I'm excited. I'm excited about this party. We're going to play some games. I'm going to get the jams going.
Well, hey, I'm coming in from Indiana. Where y'all coming from?
Indiana.
Indiana in the house. Maryland in the house.
Maryland in the house. Oh, yeah, I should have told y'all. All my friends are all over, too.
Yes. Savannah, Georgia in the house.
Savannah, Georgia. Where's Georgia at? And me and Jen holding it down for Texas.
But we're always from the East Coast.
Yes, we are from the East Coast.
We just Texas residents.
We just live here. We were not born here. We don't have a Texas flag. I don't know the Texas Pledge of Allegiance because I refuse to say it, even as a Texas.
No, thank you.
Because this has to be the only place I've ever been where they, like I went into schools and it's like they say the Pledge of Allegiance, but they say the Pledge of Allegiance to the Texas flag too. Did you guys know that?
Wow.
Okay. And when you ask them, they'll be like, well, you know, Texas was a sovereign state. You know, you were a sovereign country. And I'm like, for 13 stolen years, if we really gonna talk about the history.
We're going to stay focused. We get triggered up in here.
Okay, we got Betty Bibb from Washington, D.C. Guys, this is my grandmother. Isn't this exciting?
Yeah.
Hey, Grandma.
Hey,
We got Oline. She's somewhere in Texas.
Texas representing.
That's Oline. Okay, we got Tyshawn. She's in Dallas. Hey, girl.
Hey.
Dallas.
Okay, who else we got? Drop a note if you're just logging in. Drop a note. Let us know what your name is. Where are you logging on from?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Did you say about Betty Bibb in DC? That's your grandma.
That's my grandma. That is my dad's mom, guys.
Okay.
That is so awesome. That is a blessing.
That is.
Yes.
I mean, let's just talk about
the blessing.
Your grandma and grandma being online. Come on, grandma.
Yes.
Right?
My grandma, okay. They young.
Listen, Kelly, but we know why, because
Brittany.
it's easy.
All you gotta do.
Okay. So y'all missed the whole get ready where my friends spent time ragging on me because apparently I make them feel dumb when I try to help them do things.
No. Y'all listen, while y'all introducing yourselves, if you ever ask for help and then somebody's like, well, all you got to do, that makes you think, if that's all I got to do, then I must be dumb. I was just trying to enlighten.
And I was like, no, I just don't want you to panic. But they like, no, I didn't just shut you out because you make me feel dumb. And I'm like, really? Really?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, hey, grandma said grandma is young.
Grandma said I am young.
Right.
Grandma is young. Come on,
Guys,
grandma.
Yeah.
Marika's here. Marika's here from Arlington, Texas.
All right. Woo.
Hey guys, look, it's my mama. Mama Bibb in Maryland.
Hey.
Guys, say hi to my mom. Hey, mama.
Hey, mama.
Louisville, Texas.
Okay,
Yes.
Louisville, Texas in the house.
Texas is showing out.
Texas showing out, y'all.
Indiana, come on.
Georgia, where you at? Georgia, where you at? Nobody.
Somebody.
I know Maryland showing out too. Maryland coming through. Texas and
Right,
Maryland.
Hey.
I'm about to start calling folks out because there's a folk I see on here. I'm just gonna wait.
Oh, she's gonna call y'all out. You better say something. Drop.
I saw that.
Maybe they walked away for a second. They didn't know we got started. They went to the bathroom to get a snack.
There it is.
Speaking of which, did y'all bring your snacks? I bought mine.
What's your snack, Britt?
So it's a late lunch. I'm gonna just keep it real.
So what is it?
So I got some green beans.
Oh.
Hey, that's very healthy.
And
All right.
no, I have this. So there's this frozen rice medley that I really love. It's got like corn, peppers, beans, and it's called a protein blend. But I don't know why I think it's a snack. Like I will pour the whole bag in a pot and eat the whole bag by myself. It's like one of those frozen packs you can get.
Mm-hmm.
And then my husband made some pineapple chicken last night, so I'm eating that.
Well, okay, I don't feel bad about my snack. My snack is just straight up pizza.
What is that, Jen? Right? Is that rice cake?
Rice cakes.
You need some rice cake. You need some Fritos. We're the Fritos.
I know. Remember the Fritos at the retreat? Oh my gosh, it was Fritos for days.
Michelle is in the house. She said she's making chocolate chip cookies.
Woo, woo.
I need to come to your house.
But Michelle, I need you to say where you from. I need
Yeah.
you to name the
Michelle, where you
state.
from?
I need you to say it big and put it in all caps, Michelle.
Okay, she's gonna shout it
Help
out.
us out.
He must
Michelle,
be
there was a little bit of delay.
from Indianapolis. That's all.
All I'm saying is that I think everyone should name their state and to be proud and to just go big or go home.
Kelly's like, I'm trying to get some folk. I need a folk in here that's
You
from
know,
where I'm from.
She's just trying to prove that people live out there. That's all.
Yeah, that's kind of true too. That's kind of, yeah. So we'll wait because again, there's a delay in the comments. But
And notice, she says she's making her own chocolate chip cookies. She's not going to Arby's.
Oh,
Wow.
We going in on the line today.
Wow.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Becky came back and said, I'm coming for
Stories.
all y'all tonight, okay? I was
Stories.
fine in the pre-show. I'm getting everybody's goat. You know, y'all like Jen and Dominique. In case y'all don't know, we have a running inside joke because Kelly says she goes to Arby's for chocolate chip cookies. Apparently are delicious. But none of us thought when we think I'm going to get some cookies, none of us think Arby's.
Let's run
Got
to
to
Arby's.
get over to Arby's. No, nobody. Hey, look, Michelle hit you up. She gave you support. She said she's in South Whitley, Indianapolis, Indiana. So D is on. She says she's from Maryland. Whoop whoop. Hey D.
Maryland in the house.
So we need from Georgia. Georgia, where you at?
Yeah.
Hadn't even showed up on the scene.
That's okay. You can hold it down.
That's where they just might be.
We hope you are feeling comfortable. Guys, this summit, I just want to tell you a little bit about this summit. This summit has been on my heart for years, probably just the idea of gathering women. My friends, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but I just love getting women together. I love connecting dope people. And I love connecting people to God. Like that's really all this summit is about. It's really an opportunity for you to connect to Jesus and you to connect to other like-minded women. So use the chat feature, guys. That's the whole reason we did these live sessions, because in the middle of this pandemic, with everything that's going on, we still need the body of Christ. We still need to be connected. And as I was polling people, trying to figure out what would be the best way for me to serve the body of Christ, one constant thing that came up was that women who were walking towards Jesus wanted biblical community. You know, they really wanted biblical community. So I put together this summit because I wanted us to be able to connect. You know, I don't want us just to be encouraged. You can get encouragement. God is so faithful to give us lots of great Bible teachers, books, resources that can encourage us. But we need that encouragement and that charge up in the midst of other people who are walking in the same direction. You know, we need that piece. So I hope tonight gets you ready, because it's really just all about us being sisters, kicking back. And I told my sisters, this is my sister circle. I told them I wanted to feel like how it felt when we went to a summit. We went to a conference together. We all shared the same room, and our room and pretty much anywhere we all sat together just became like the hangout. We sat in front of the place where everybody was eating dinner, remember? And we were in the red chairs, and we ended up being everybody just came to this place. They said they could hear us laughing all across the field. They were like, y'all were so loud, but they had to come see what was going on because we were just cutting up. We had people come in to our room down in front of the couch. We were just hanging out till late night. Wash hands. That's what it says on my side. That's not the emoji that came up. I'm pretty sure it's either the praise hands or the praying hands. But my mom says, it's watching. I'm sorry, y'all.
I thought you were trying to tell us, like, if y'all gonna be together,
like, did we do something dirty?
Mom, text me. What did you mean? Okay. I hope you get, but this is really relaxed tonight, guys. I really want y'all to feel like you're among sisters. That's what I was trying to say. We have people in our room just kicking back. We're going to have some real talk, and we'll get the real talk started at 7. But I just wanted y'all to feel like you're in a good space. So we're going to kick it off. Jen, you got the Mad Libs?
I do.
Let's get it going. I'm going to turn the music down. We are going to get some games started. We're going to be playing games. We're gonna start with some pre-games. So we're gonna do some Mad Libs. Jen is famous Mad Libs games with Jen. Okay. So Jen, I'm gonna turn it over to you.
All right.
And you can tell the people how we play the game.
So the way we could do it within the chats is just type in a bunch of nouns, type in parts of speech, adjectives, verbs, and I'm gonna choose the ones and then read it. So I'll start off with you guys. Just throw out a noun.
A dog. Okay, let's recap the parts of speech, okay? Everybody was
like, wait a minute. School's over.
I was like, wait a minute.
I'm going to take a part of speech, a noun. I'm going to need a type of food, a person in the room.
Yeah, you guys type these in. If you
type these in, because an article of clothing, a verb, an adjective, and I'm going to share something silly.
Oh.
All right, we got some.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the more wild, the better. Wild,
the better.
Christian wild, that is.
Yeah, Christian. Clean, censor.
Clean. Wash hands.
That's gonna be the new one. Did
y'all see what she said though? She said, getting clean to be ready for all that's coming. And then she was like, stop laughing.
I saw that.
Okay. Yeah. So just to recap, nouns, person, place, things, or ideas. Did you know ideas count as a noun?
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't until I told Anaya. I was like, I didn't know we added that to the definition, Laura was growing as people. Yeah. Verbs, those are them action verbs. Y'all remember Schoolhouse Rock? Verbs, that's what's happening. No.
You guys here in the room chat while I'm filling in.
Oh.
So we're not having the awkward silence. Talk amongst yourselves.
They're in there.
There's a lot of them. I see them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see them. Dress, street, hiking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You need any more, Jen?
I need some adjectives.
Adjectives, guys. We need adjectives.
I need a person in the room. So I'll choose somebody in this little virtual room.
Question.
Ginormous.
Okay. Wait a minute. D came through. She said play college cousin pants.
All right. That's right.
She gave everything.
She had washed hands. She washed her hands with it.
Just logging on and you wondering why I'm eating.
Look, Mama said shouting.
Okay, shouting. Come on.
Look, why Shonda gonna say she didn't have Schoolhouse Rock? You did.
Stop. Okay, Schoolhouse Rock was a public channel. Thank you very much. Came on mornings. I know because my husband had cable and he ain't never seen it. Okay, we've had a discussion.
Well, look,
and if you need it, it's on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, Schoolhouse Rock was there. It was along with Conjunction Junction.
Yes, it was. Conjunction Junction was an episode on Schoolhouse Rock. And Bill.
What's your
Bill?
I'm just a Bill, and I'm only a Bill, and I'm
sitting here on Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
Okay, Schoolhouse Rock. So you said that was on cable, or you didn't have to have cable?
I didn't have cable. This was on Saturday morning, like Saturday morning cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I was watching the Gospel Bill show. Anybody watch Gospel Bill?
Yes.
Flying House.
Yes.
Superbook.
Superbook now, but I don't think Superbook was out then.
Listen, I can tell you every single episode of Superbook. The new people are just the new characters, but yes, Superbook was definitely.
There's an old version of Superbook.
Wait, it was out when we were young.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is what I did Saturday morning, and I'm like a day or two older than y'all. Like you know,
a day
or two, or 1,000, or probably more. But Superbook,
I had cable. That's the problem. See?
Oh,
yeah, I didn't watch Fraggle Rock, but that's
you
Fraggle Rock? Fraggle Rock is dating you.
Well, dated.
I'm saying.
And I did, yeah, whatever.
I did do Reading Rainbow though. I still Reading Rainbow slap. My husband Wishbone.
Can I tell you guys a random story about Reading Rainbow? So my mom, when I was a little girl, my mom had a surgery. And so my dad decided to do something fun for me and my baby brother. So there was an audition in Central Park to be on Reading Rainbow. And I auditioned. And when I got there, I had stage fright, and that was it.
That's the story. Oh.
But
it was so much more.
No.
Oh.
I felt like wait for it.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
All right.
Right.
Mad Libs with Jim.
Mad Libs.
Gotta read it. Okay, this is called Convention Time, but we're going to change it to Summit Time. Okay. Welcome to Becoming More. We're excited to have you. Please check your dressed for a list of crazy items you may bring to the Strong Collards. They're strictly prohibited. Sesame Street will be set up in 33 locations, and attendees will be divided up by nail shops. If you are dressed as Keli from Unicycle, please check in at the Reading Rainbow. If you are wearing pajamas, you will be denied entry unless accompanied by pizza. Attendees looking to play Star Hike and Green Plate should register online. No one dressed as Jackie will be allowed in the bathrooms for any reason. Please bring extra gospels and remember to have a Fraggle Rock.
Wow. Wow.
Good.
So ultimately, what you said, Keli is the only one that's allowed to come. She's the only one in pajamas and pizza. All of us got pajamas on.
That's right. Look at that.
We've all been kicked out. Did you guys know that?
Keli won't be there.
I can't even get in the bathroom.
Right.
Jackie's so bad.
Like, if it's anyone dressed like Jackie, don't let her in the bathroom.
She can't even laugh. She's too bad. Like she's in her own house with her own bathroom.
She's like, who I am? Shonda wrote womp womp womp.
Yo.
Yeah, that's it. That's basically womp womp.
I just want to point out that somebody else knew what we were talking about, Jackie. Look, they were singing Bill with us. Somebody else knew what was going on.
Nice.
Okay, guys, this was great. This is why you pay Mad Libs with Jen. Okay. Occasionally Jen will get it, she'll feel touched by the Lord and be like, hey guys, tonight on Facebook Live or Instagram Live, join me and play this. Will we play what, like 6 rounds of this?
Yeah, and people were loving it.
Pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Well, Marika said Wishbone. Do you guys remember Wishbone?
Yes. Yes.
That was good.
Yeah, Kevin loved Wishbone. It was all right to me, but I think I'm traumatized because he did this one episode on Oh my gosh, what's the literary story where the guy was talking to the windmills like they were actual people? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? There's like this great classic where the dude is like crazy, but he's like trying to fight the windmills, but the windmill, like it's a windmill. Oh, now I'm gonna have to look it up. If you guys know what I'm talking about. I
probably read the Cliff Note.
I had never heard of this book until then. Now I'm gonna look it up. Talk amongst yourself.
Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. So I never got on Reading Rainbow. That's the end of the story.
Kevin came and told me it's Don Quixote. Thank you.
Yes.
Don Quixote. So he does this episode, and I don't know why the episode sticks in my brain as like the creepiest episode. And I threw away the whole show at that point. I guess it's a chat. Like it scarred me. Look, somebody knew. Somebody else was like Don Quixote. Somebody knew. See?
Yeah.
It scarred me. The book itself didn't scar me, but Wishbone's episode, seeing it in real life, was like, this is taking it a bit too far. But it was probably I think the first time I had encountered somebody with like a mental illness in a novel of sorts, I guess. I don't know. Well, anywho, if you're just joining us, that was like a deep segue. Let's bring it back. Start up the jams again. But if you're just joining us, guys, we have 19 people live with us right now. Woo woo! Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are in the middle of our pre-party. I hope you got your pajamas on. I hope you got your snacks, all that thing. So this is a good time to announce we are doing giveaways, guys. Okay, there's some great prizes. Okay, so we have a tea set that's going to be given away. We got a gift card is going to be given away. We got some counseling, coaching sessions that are going to be given away. We got some good stuff that's coming up. So this is your first chance to get live at home. Okay, get your phone out, and it's selfie time. You know, you can't go to women's retreat, conference, summit. Guys, I'll tell you why I called it a summit in a second. Without taking a selfie, okay? Because, I mean, we look good. I know you look good at home in your pajamas. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So what I want you to do is snap a picture of yourself with your snack, whoever's watching with you, where you're watching from. If you like, I don't want to be in this picture. I don't look put together. I don't put myself in pajamas on the gram. Don't do it. It's okay. I understand, okay? I respect your choice. Take a picture of you or where you're watching from and post it to your story or post it to your feed. And I want you guys to tag. You're going to tag with the hashtag that we're using, Becoming More Summit. Or you can use, so this is the hashtag, boom, 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 Becoming More Summit. Tag that so we can see it. And at the end of the night, I'm going to be giving away a prize to somebody who tags that. Okay, so tag Becoming More Summit. And guys, remind me to announce this again when we get live at some point in the middle of our panel. I should announce it like 3 times. So you can use this hashtag. Our second hashtag, you can use either of these hashtags tonight. But if you post anything this weekend as you're going through the material or anything like that, I want you guys to tag it to these hashtags, Becoming More Summit or Becoming More 2020. Okay? Those are our hashtags. I'll put it up one more time. Becoming More Summit, Becoming More 2020. And if you're logging in late, this is being recorded. So the recap will be available to you guys as with everything. You guys will get access to all of this live stuff to watch on replay. If you are watching us on the replay, shout out, still take your picture of you and your selfie with your snack, still upload it because God continues to move. And we want to see how God moved, how God blessed you, what God is doing. And I do have a special prize reserved for those who watch in the week following summit, because I know a lot of people purchase, like, I'm busy this weekend, I can't get back. And so I'm going to send out an email and let you guys know there is a prize set aside, because I know I hate when I'm like busy and I can't get to the on demand. And it's like, well, now I might, why do I even care? I can't get to the prizes. And sometimes I lose a bit of motivation. No, you are still involved. We're still praying for you. We still want you to be active in the comments on the replay. So go ahead and watch it. Upload your selfie. Tag us. Tag me too. I'll put, I said I was going to put our names in the description. I'll have to put it up there. So you can tag me. I am Brittany. I spell it the right way. J. Turner. You can tag me, and I will definitely. Yep, just tag me. So tag the summit, either of these hashtags, or tag me so we can get you guys involved. Okay, so we're about 4 minutes from 7 o'clock, 4 minutes from lunchtime. And I do want to play another game. This one is for everybody. Okay, this one's for everybody. We're gonna play categories. Yeah. Who's played categories? Raise your emoji hand if you played categories.
I don't think I have.
Or do
washing hands. Washing hands.
Wash hands. Wash hands.
Wash hands. Wash hands. Wash hands. Wash hands. Wash hands. All of those are options. But let us know if you've played categories before. If you haven't, I'm going to explain the rules. Just give me a second. I'm going to set this up so you guys can have the information scrolling across the bottom. So if you're trying to get your selfies set up, I want you to be able to put that out there. So.
Okay, fancy.
Yes. I'm with her.
Okay. When you see yourself scrolling, you know it's the real deal.
Listen, this is like, hey, that's easy. Oh, it's not hard.
Y'all, okay.
All you got to do is
scroll, boo. All you got to do. Sorry, y'all. Okay, go ahead. We got a minute.
Take a selfie. Look, I can put it so that way I don't have to keep reminding people. Take a selfie for a chance to win. Yay! And you know what, Jen? We're gonna give away your prize first, so you can monitor those and choose somebody. Just tell me who wins.
And you know what? While we're talking about it, and I just really feel like I just love this whole giveaway game. Add me in for a gift card.
Oh yes, let's go.
Okay.
Yes.
See, guys, this is why you need a sister circle. We're gonna talk about that, but
add me in. I'm excited because I know what the gift card is. They don't.
I'm excited. Did I win? Like, I want a gift card.
I'm excited.
When you're involved in something, you're like, oh, take me out. I just want to be a participant now. Everybody's getting the good stuff. Like,
Kelly's getting some pajamas next week.
Oh, well, shoot. That's right. So tell them where you get your pajamas from so they can know. Tell them.
Go TJ Maxx, the sale rack.
Let me tell you, these people shop some sales, okay? I don't shop. I'm probably one of the few females that don't like to shop, okay?
I don't shop either. Not alone.
Look, somebody else put the wash hands.
But I looked. It's actually.
Where is that at?
So I'm looking, and that's what makes it even funnier. I don't took it down. It's an emoji. And it's
right, but what emoji is making the wash hands? Is it the praise hands?
Well,
or is it the praying hands?
It's neither. It really is a washing hands emoji.
Oh, it's like, is it the clap or is it like to the side?
No, it's like. So someone may think maybe it's praying.
Oh, they think they're praying, but the pray hands are like this. Okay, this is letting you guys know. Pray hands are like this. Okay, my phone is letting me know that it's time to start the second price. Okay, Raffinay agrees with you, Jackie. She says she don't buy full price for anything. Excuse me. I'm gonna tip out. I'll be back.
Well, hey, you guys.
Hey, y'all. Raffinay, you're my friend. Like,
no, why buy full price? You know,
when you can wait for a sale.
I just want you guys to know that when I was younger, you know, since we're in the mode of transparency, I used to get things via the 5-finger discount. My mom broke me out of that real quick. And I just want you to know that it is possible. I used to get that 5-finger discount, you know, because I was like, I wanted it. And one day my mom threatened to call the police on me.
Now, can you give us just one definition of something that you got on that discount? Are we talking like a candy bar or like an outfit?
So we were at, I think it was like the dollar store, and there was this ring I really wanted that had like 2 hearts touching. And I remember like she would not get it for me, which, you know, with it as a parent now, I'm like, it's either I didn't need it or we couldn't afford it as a family, which I mean, if it was a dollar store, I doubt the couldn't afford it part was the problem. It may have just been, you don't need nothing else in this house. Okay. Guys, the wash hands thing is taking over the chat room. I just want y'all to know. Everybody is doing The wash hands emoji.
This is going to be the cleanest summit you ever seen.
We are so like. I'm about to do the youth worship. They got a whole song. Wash your hands, keep your shoulders off. Your mouth when you sneeze, and when you cough, back up. You in my space. They were like, keep your fingers out your eyes, ears, nose, mouth. The kids be jamming.
Oh wow.
But, yes. So, I didn't put hashtag I am Brittany J. Turner. Thank you. Somebody even told me. Yes, wash hands. So yeah, I took it, walked out of the store, right, guys? We get home, and I don't think we went to our home. I think we went to my grandmother's house. She may not even remember this. But we got there and I was wearing the ring, y'all. Like I didn't even try to hide it. I like put it on my finger. And she was like, where did you get it? And I was like, oh, they gave it to me at the store. And she was like, we're taking you back to the police. And it was like a police officer like sitting in front of the store. And I was like, no. Needless to say, I was curious.
Michelle said, wash hands, sanitizer.
Yeah. Is the sanitizer one? Okay, guys, I gotta get over there now. I gotta see what's going on. Where is this at?
An emoji.
It's on you gotta go to the YouTube.
Yes.
Okay,
YouTube emoji.
guys, we are streaming from StreamYard. It's a great tool to use streaming. So if you are a creator, someone that God is telling to speak or do things on the gram, that's where we're streaming from. So you guys are on YouTube. So we can see your comments come over here, but it just comes over as like a code. Yeah. So this is great.
Evidently, I can't see the emojis.
Oh. I'm seeing it on my phone. So
yeah, I'm on my phone. I'm about to get on my phone too. Maybe that's the problem because you have to use the computer. Yeah. Maybe that's the problem.
I was gonna say, and the thing is, y'all, there is a social distancing emoji. Like I'm looking at
somebody just used it.
I'm sitting here like, wow.
Okay. Elbow bump.
Yeah, I'm looking at this.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Jackie. I think I can show it to you now. So look, you see them?
Where did you find them?
I guess it's in your emojis. Hand sanitizer, take out, hydrate. Okay.
Good. I see you put all of them on there.
Now I'm gonna be on here. Emojis. Thanks, guys.
It's all about hydrating.
You know what? My water is across the room.
Oh,
Penny, if you're watching, come rescue me. But okay. So guys, we're going to place categories. That's where we started before I start talking about my 5-figure discount. We got a little off track. We're gonna place categories. Welcome. We now have 25 people live with us. I hope you really believe us. I'm in Texas actually wearing a Snuggie, and like it's not warm out here. It's like 500 degrees. It's 500 degrees. But I don't know about you. When I go to sleep, I like to turn my air all the way down and be freezing just so I can snuggle up. But we're going to place categories. The way you play is I will give you a letter and then I'm going to give you a list of categories. Okay. So I'm going to type all the categories in the chat and you're going to try to name something in each category. Okay. And I'm going to give you guys a timer. This is how it works. So there'll be 10 categories. And I'm going to start typing them out. So you're going to do, the first one is you're going to do a boy's name. Okay, that's category 1. Then you're going to do a snack. Then something fun. Okay, I'm going to put these all together because I realize you guys are going to keep talking. So let's put these all in one chat. Boy's name. Or if somebody's fancy out there and they're typing while I am, you guys can like type this in your, oh, it's not going to let me, guys. It's just going to make them go separate. So.
Yo. Oh, okay.
I know what I'm doing.
I just broke out. I'm sorry. I'm looking at some of these people who are tagging in Instagram. They're going wild. They're saying it's like hanging out with girlfriends.
Oh, that is awesome. Yeah. That is exactly the point, guys. That is exactly the point. If you missed how we started, we said we're kicking, we're hanging. I want you to feel like you're in our room and we're all at a conference together and we're sitting here in our PJs, eating our food, cutting up, just being silly. Because, guys, in the middle of this pandemic, I don't know about y'all, but I have missed hanging with my friends. But I also don't want the virus. You know, we don't want that Rona. I don't need that life.
Wash
So,
hands, wash hands.
And that message came from Instagram. On Instagram, her name is the Victoria Danielle.
Oh, hey, Victoria.
Victoria.
Y'all, she is so dope. There's so many dope people. That's what I want y'all to know. Like, everybody who signed up, the cool thing is these are people and sisters you can connect with because they have said, I'm not just dedicated to being Christian. I'm not just dedicated to Christ. I'm dedicated to walking out God's purpose for my life. Because that was the call. That was the alarm I sounded. Hey, all sisters who want to get serious about walking with Jesus forward, who want to get serious about understanding their purpose and walking and moving in God, this is the spot for you. We are getting together so we can all get activated. We can all be set on fire, be encouraged, and walk forward. Now I got passionate. My husband always laughs because the more passionate I get, my volume goes up. But I'm serious. I just feel like I feel like, and I hope this doesn't come across wrong because, you know, this is recorded and somebody's going to watch it and just know if this ever comes out of context, y'all hear, y'all know what I really said. Okay. But I feel like it's so easy to be Christian, you know, to get on a Bible study list, to go to church, you know, to check all the Christian boxes, to say I pray and I'm in a Christian circle, but to say I'm going to dedicate my life, however inconvenient it becomes, to follow the purposes of God for my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this leads me down a road that asks me to give up a job that I really love, you know, because we've been there. If this leads me down a road to being broke for a little bit to following God, if this leads me into relationships that I would have otherwise run from, if this leads me to a mountaintop experience that I'm going to trust that the income God gave me is to bless and serve his kingdom. This means that in every aspect, in my parenting, in my relationships, in my finances, I am determined to walk out God's purpose in the earth, you know, like, and it's so easy to be like, I'm Christian and not let the love of Jesus permeate and affect all the parts of who I am. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I just feel like there are so many times I run into people who I know they go to good churches and I know they got people around them that are saved, but it's something different. You know, it hits different when you're around women that are like, no. If God didn't say go, I'm not going. They have that almost like Moses mentality when God was like, you go ahead, I'm not going with you. And he's like, no, we won't move from this place unless you go with us. You know, like when you have women that are like, God, if you don't say go, whatever you want me to do, whatever I was put here to do, that's what I want to be about doing. You know, and that's what I feel like is what I sound the alarm for. So if you feel like you're among girlfriends, look through that hashtag too, y'all. Go look and see who's here. These are your people. This is your tribe. These are the women you've been looking for, praying for your whole life. They are in this group right here, you know, and not everybody could make it. Some people going to be on demand. So, you know, cycle back, but go check them out. Follow them, you know, connect. This is why I felt like God called me to do this, because I feel like he wanted to gather his daughters. He was like, you aren't alone. You know, Elijah was up in that mountain, in that cave, crying out, Lord, I'm the only one who's still dedicated to you. And the Lord was like, I got thousands, you know, I got people set aside. But God was like, I just want them to, you know, well, all the purpose women, please stand up. Please stand up. But yes, people talk, you know what? People agree with that. Look, talking about no comfortable Christians. You know, people talking about, I did that, quit my job a whole 8 months ago. It's real. Come on, raise your hand if on this, just in my circle, God has asked you to leave your job or kicked you out of it because you wouldn't leave. All of us. So if God is doing it to you, just know you are not alone, okay? Sometimes God got to move us to get us where we need to be. Anyway, we supposed to be playing categories, y'all. I didn't got preaching. My bad, y'all. If you know anything about me, it just, I get hyped. Okay. Anyway, so we're going to play categories. I'm going to just do 5 categories because I don't want us to be here forever. Can y'all hear the song that's playing? Oh Lord, I just opened some random app. Can y'all hear this? Look. Can y'all hear it? I just threw it back. What y'all know about that revolution?
That was my college days. I don't know. Were you in elementary school during that time? No, legit. I'm serious.
I honestly don't know.
90s, right?
But the way I feel like you just put a pacifier in my mouth asking me that though.
Are you born, baby?
I don't know. Anybody, if you know the details of when it came out in 1998. Yes, I was
98, man.
That's when I came to Jesus.
That was my sophomore year in college.
98.
Sophomore year in college? Live.
That's why I'm like, this was college for me, man.
This was a year before
we're the
I
same
met
age, Kelly, right? We're the same age.
I think so.
Yeah.
Like
y'all were the
same. 24, Jen?
Yeah, 24.
I remember being so hyped when they shout out DC with the DC Saints. I was like, woo!
Now listen, I'm glad you said that because when he says with my ATL Saints, I thought for sure he was saying we're my Indiana Saints.
Okay, you know, Indy, you on the map. Okay. Okay, so categories. Here we go. We're gonna play 3 rounds. Okay. You will get 1 minute for each round. Let me turn this music down. Maybe is the music too loud, y'all? Because I was just jamming. Okay, you get 3 rounds. There's 5 categories, and I'm gonna put it up on the screen for you here in a second. So just give me a second. I'm trying to like get it up on the screen. Okay. You're going to be looking at my notes on my phone. So if you're like, man, this girl takes a lot of notes. I do, guys. I do. I'm just going to tell you in advance. This is nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. Okay. Here are your categories. You got boy's name, animal, something fun, a snack, and a state. Okay. You are trying to name something in all 5 of those categories within a minute. Okay. This is your goal. Now, let me tell you how categories goes. So I'm going to give you a letter. Everything has to start with that letter. Okay. So I'm going to give you a letter. Everything has to start with that letter. And then at the end of the 1 minute, I'm going to give you guys like a 10-second warning. So if I were you, I would just type my answers right in the caption or type them somewhere on a notes and then copy them over because you don't want to give away your answers. You want to kind of think of something unique if you can, because if somebody else says your word, you don't get points for it. Okay. So we're going to go on the honor system here. So for example, if I say boy's name, like Dominique, I know who you're going to pick if this is the letter. So if the letter was S, Dominique off the top of her head would say Steve. Why? Because that's her husband's name, right? But if Kelly also says Steve, no count, no point. But you can also get extra points by using something that has the letter S more than once. So if she'd have said Stevie Simmons, those are 2 S's. Those both start with S. She might not have gotten points for Steve, but she could have gotten points for Simmons. Does that make sense? So I'm just letting you know. So if you're like, oh yeah, I got a snack that has like all of these name letters in it. Okay. I just want you to know this is how we're playing. Okay. It's a prize at the end of this, guys. So we're going to play, like I said, we're going to play 3 rounds. I'll give you 3 different letters. Okay. Here we go. So the first letter is R. We're going to start with R. So 1 minute on the clock. And it starts now.
And we can't use Google, right?
I mean, I wouldn't use Google. That would be cheating. You're home using Google. Boo! Jesus is watching you.
I'm just trying to make sure everybody knows what's what.
Yeah, let's keep it even, guys.
Bump the music up while we waiting.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, I would pump the music up, except it's an ad. I don't pay for Spotify, guys. I meant to, but I forgot. Sue me. Don't type them out yet. You don't want to give away your answers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, y'all already out there. Don't look in the comments then. All right, 5 more seconds. All right, time's up. Type them in. Type them in. Type them in.
Do you want us to type them in? Or we hold
Yeah, type them in now.
Can we win? Oh, I can't be on both. Hold up.
Okay. You're going to keep your own points, but I'm going to put the answers up on the screen. So if you see your answer come up on the screen, that point doesn't count for you. So I'm guessing this is a boy's name. Well, I know it is. It's my dad. Randy. That's R. Ray was a name. Here's the answer to all of them. Raymond, Rabbit, Rowing, Ritz. Okay. And Rhode Island. Okay. Here's another name. Raheem. So if you have Raheem, nope, gone. Rat. That's an animal. Okay. I was like, I hope that's not a name. Okay. Ronnie, Raccoon, Rojos. Not Rojos. Why did I say Rojos? Raspberries, Rhode Island. Okay, I see Rhode Island a lot, y'all. No points for Rhode Island.
It's the only state. It starts with R.
No points for Rat, too. I'm seeing Rat a bunch of time. Reese's is good. Oh, nope. I see somebody else got Reese's, too. Okay, I'm just throwing them up. Look through. I guess that's running. That's running, not funny. Rupert. Okay, Rupert. Points for Rupert. Okay, guys, this is good. Okay. All right, I'm going to give y'all I'm getting ready to set it up. So if you haven't typed in your answers, cool. All right, next round. This round, same categories, but the letter is T. The letter is T. Time starts now. $30 seconds. $10 seconds. Type your answers in. All right, that's time. Type them in. Type them in. Okay, let's see what we got. Type them in. Type them in. My music stopped. Oh, the song switched. Okay, we got one more letter after this, guys, and then we're going to start our panel, and we're going to give away the prize. Don't worry. If you win and you log off, don't worry. We have your information. But you do got to tell me how many points you got. Okay. Ooh, look at them. They coming in. Here we go. Ooh, y'all was coming with it this time. Thomas Tiger, thirst trapping. Something fun. Thirst trapping. I'm dead.
Listen, I'm trying to get some double points.
You better get them double points.
Thirst trapping.
Tennessee. Okay. Tennessee, I see a couple times, guys. I'm already going to tell you, cross that one off. Thomas, Turkey, Tennis, Tic Tac, Tennessee. Tyrone, Tyrannosaurus, Trick or Treat, Tangerines, Texas. Tedrick. Okay. Okay, Kendra. Trek, Talking with Friends. Good. Texas and Toffee. Okay. Tederick. You know what? I'm going to allow it because y'all spelled them different. I'm going to allow it. Tiger, Tag, Tony, Hot Cheetos. Tony, how did Hot Cheetos, how was that with a T? We need a clarification. Texas is out, y'all. Tiger is out too. Tennis is out. Tacos. Titus, Tortoise, Touring, Twix, and Tennessee. Okay. Raffiday was ready. Tennessee is out though. TikTok, Tyrell, Tiger. Okay, TikTok. Okay. She didn't channel her R&B, y'all. Come on. Tortoise, Tickles. Okay, Tickles, Trail Mix. That was a good one. Y'all, Thirst Trapping, you took them out, Kelly. Look at this name, y'all, right here. Thelonious.
Somebody got a cousin named Thelonious or Timonious.
Okay. Thomas, I think, is out. Yeah, I see a couple of Thomases. Tyrese, though. Okay. Come through, sis. Okay. Y'all came up with these names. Y'all know what? That's one thing I love about Black people, though. Black people will make a name. Okay. I'm not saying other colors don't do it too, but I'm just saying.
I'm saying it.
Okay. Now, I will say they do pick some other objects I would never pick, like circle or apple, you know. Those not things I normally would think of, but
you said circle.
Oh, Shanta said it's the chips. She says the chips with the blue bag.
The one you were asking about, some Cheetos or something. Tiger to Cheetos or something.
Oh, okay. So the Cheetos are Tiger. I was like, I don't know if Cheetos begins with a T. All right, last letter.
All right.
Last letter. Here we go. A. The last letter is A. Okay, here we go. We're going to start our timer. And go. Guys, we got 30 people on our live.
Hey, y'all. What's up,
so awesome. I hope y'all are having fun. 20 seconds left. All right, 9 seconds. Start typing them in.
Oh. I'm gonna listen.
Type them in. Time is up.
My fingers slow.
Time is up. Guys, I'm having so much fun. I feel like y'all are all at my house. Like we have just one big party going on. Let's go. Jen, when you get a second, look through those hashtags. Let us know how it's looking over there.
Okay, so I didn't put mine in, but I see several people have aardvark. And
yes, if you don't type it in, but you see it come up when I put the captions up, or you see it in the chat box, just scratch it off, okay?
But what I'm saying is, I had it and I was just like, is aardvark an ant? Is that an animal or insect? I had a whole brain situation. And so I had it and I was like, but I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, it's an animal.
Okay, then I can see the whole
picture. This name, Dominique, you got to read. What's this name?
Andriante.
Come on, Andriante. Come on, Andriante. Andriante, listen, Andriante is Devontae's cousin name.
Hey, all you got to do is put an ante at the end and it's a name.
All you gotta do. All you gotta do.
I'm done. Antelope, Apps, Alabama. Okay, Alfie. Yes. I love it. I forgot about him. Okay, AARD, Anybody else know how to spell aardvark because of Arthur? Anybody else besides me? Okay, whatever. I told you we didn't have cable. We went over to my grandparents' house with cable until I was older. Don't judge me. Apple pie eating. Yes, that's such a good one. Applesauce, Alaska. Okay, Ashanti.
As a boy's name?
Ashanti. Artichoke Hearts, Arizona. Okay, Armadillo. Okay, Anthony, Anteater, Apple Phones, Apples, Alabama. Okay, Antonio, antelope, apple picking. Okay, apple. If you have apple for anything, even if it's not in the same category, it's out.
Oh.
Alaska.
It is a name.
It is a name. You could have used it as a name. Anderson, antelope. Acting class, asparagus, Alabama. Alabama getting some action now, Jackie. Y'all getting some love now. Alante, Angel, you so smart. You had some names though, because she named her baby. That's her baby's name. Aardvark, aerobics, artichoke, Alabama. I always love that name too, by the way, because Aaron, aardvark, apple picking. Okay, we had 2 apple picking, apple chicks, Alabama. Adam, aardvark. Okay, Adam, because I'm a nerd. Jen, it makes me think of Guardians of the Galaxy and Adam at the end with the sovereign, because I'm a nerd. Aardvark, asking questions. You would say asking questions is something fun, Jen. You would say that. Applesauce. Anthony. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. I picked the wrong one. Anthony, Anteater, Apple, Arizona. Alvin, alligator, apricot. Alfred, applesauce, anaconda, Alaska. Ant, avocado, Avant. Okay, Avant, Akron. Okay. Somebody should have put Ron. Somebody should have put that. Alaska, air rifle shooting. Okay, Oline, come through. Victoria, Alex Adams, Aardvark was there. Andre, alligator. I can't believe this is the first time I'm seeing alligator. Apple pie, Alabama. Okay, Ananias, you better read your Bible.
I was gonna say,
Bible teacher.
There it is right there. Who said Ananias? Yes.
Antelope, apple bites, Arkansas. Oh, Ahmed or Ahmed. Rest in peace. I said Ahmed because at first I was thinking of this comedian that Kevin and I watch, and he actually has a puppet that's his name is Ahmed, the dead terrorist. And he's actually really funny, but he's also really politically incorrect. This is not a bid for you to watch him. There's language. I'm just going to tell you, but that's what it made me think of at first, because I choose joy, and then I remembered the light of this world right now. Okay. All right. We see you, girl. We see you. We got you. All right. So go ahead and add up all your points. Add up all the points you got from all 3 categories.
I have 75.
Huh? Oh, Oline was trying to put Ron. Not Akron. Okay. Add up your points. Type in what points you got into the chat box. Okay. Type in your points. So just type it in, type it in, type it in. Type in what you got. Type in what you got. Okay. Waiting for you guys to type it in. And while we're doing that, okay, Kelly. What are these numbers?
That's my number of points I have.
Okay, fam. Okay. With your Medea calculations. Tell me some.
468,379,379 and 9,200.
Okay, 9,200s. Where did you get those 9,200s of the points? Each word you got is worth 1 point, guys. Each word you got is worth 1 point.
Because I gave myself a 0.92 because I felt all the love for the thirst trapping. So I gave myself a little extra on that.
Oh, okay. Because you got, okay. Okay, I'm all right. Nobody asked for that, but okay. Then we're going to make y'all categories. She said I wasn't even allowed to get the prize. No way. I do what I want. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started with, I don't know what soundtrack just took over. Kirk Franklin did. We going back to the party? Y'all know we've invited to the barbecue.
Okay.
Juneteenth just came through. This your Juneteenth barbecue with your friends. Come through, y'all. Push through. Okay, Oline, I was going to say, how did you get 25? Right now, I'm seeing Gloria got 12. That's the highest one I'm seeing so far. Each answer is worth 1 point, Vivi. My mom said she with you, Kelly. She got her point.
Yes.
Somebody said we shouldn't trust Kelly.
Who said that? Scroll up.
Right now, Gloria got the highest points. Come on, let us know if you get. So, we're going to start our sister talk. Hey. Joy is so important to your self-care, guys. If the recent news in light of everything that's been going on has just been so heavy, know that you curating joy is a necessary part of living. Okay. I had to shut down stuff and start purposely curating, especially for me, since there's been so much pressure on Black people in particular. I started curating movies by Black people, and not the ones they want you to see right now. Like, okay, I've been educated. I don't need the more heavy. Okay. If you need to, go ahead. But I've been looking for just, movies that ain't even about nothing. Like, I've been looking for my Black Hallmark movies. Okay. So if you got any recommendations for clean Black Hallmark movies, not the ones that I'm gonna have to watch in the late night hour and go pray after. My filter is real high, y'all. Real high. Okay. You might be good. I'm not. But if you got some, like I watched Always the Bridesmaid on Netflix, that one's one for you. Okay. But we're going to talk a little bit about sisterhood, what it's like to create a circle like this, because how y'all feel like we are cutting up, this is how we cut up all the time, guys. We had a practice run through to make sure our stream worked at 3 o'clock. Why was it a whole thing? We decided we're going to share that with you later. It's going to be the bonus files, like the behind the scenes. Okay. Because we just cut up like this. We just cut up this. Ooh, plays. Angela, y'all drop some plays you've been watching. Ooh. Gloria, somebody came for you, boo. I don't want to. Is it Kimbriana? I'm going to say it's Kimbriana. If I'm right, tell me I'm right. I hate jacking up people's names. But 15. Kimbriana came through with 15. Gloria, you are like a close second, girl. You like right behind her. Okay. But I want us to talk about how you can create circles like this in your life. And so that's what we're going to spend the last 30 minutes of our time together tonight doing. So before we get started, I wanted to mention, if you haven't picked it up yet, this is one of my inner circles. I really believe that you need people around you that are heading in the same direction for you. They don't have to have the same purpose as you. Like I have people in my circle who are not called to speak or write or do those things, but I have people around me. Like I have a friend, I don't even know if she's on right now. I have a friend, she is a singer, and she actually is going back to SMU getting her master's in opera. I think that's what it is, if I'm right. Yeah, opera. So it's not necessarily, Raising Dion recommendation. It's not necessarily about having people that are necessarily called to the same area you were in, but like I said, you want people that are walking in purpose and in that direction. And I want to encourage you, you really do want to try to curate people that are different from you in a way, because they can challenge you in perspectives that you don't have. So little bit, I'm gonna let you guys give a little bit of a bio about each of my friends. You can share your age if you're comfortable with it, but I will tell you, just in case they don't, we have the 30s, 40s, and 50s represented in our inner circle here. So I have a multi-generational group, which is important because I have people who have completed raising their kids. They have adult kids and grandkids. I have people who have that middle-aged kids. I have single friends that are free, and I got another friend that's right with me in the thick of raising young kids. And I think it's so important to get the well-rounded, balanced advice you need. But I'm going to start it off. I'm going to go backwards. So, Jen, I'm going to start with you. Tell them where you're from and what God has you doing right now. And that's what we'll do. We'll just kick it off like that.
Okay. My name is Jen. I was born and raised in New York City and lived in several places over the years. Lived in Chicago for a while. I had the opportunity to serve in vocational ministry in New York in a few ways. And recently, it's not even recently. 4 years ago, I moved to Texas to attend seminary, and I just finished. And so it's definitely an in-between season of rest and praying about what's next. I recently launched a podcast, and I'm just grateful. It's a brand new season in a lot of ways, and so I'm grateful for my friends right here who have been just an encouragement in this strange season, which we may touch on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Miss Jackie, I call her Miss Jackie. Jackie, you help me go back and forth. We put respect on her name when she drops these nuggets like Jackie Speaks. That's when we all drop that extra misses at the front because we feel like we need to pay homage. Go ahead, tell them who you are. Tell them where you're from.
Well, I am Jackie Bell or Jackie Smith Bell, and I am originally from Florida. My husband and I raised our children in Georgia because we're military. And so we're no longer military, but we did make Georgia our home when he and I both retired. So in case you're wondering, I'm the 50 person in the crowd, not shame of it.
Don't you look good, y'all? Somebody was like 50 where?
And listen, because I can Millie Rock, and I'm 51.
Hey.
But my husband and I have 3 grown children, and our oldest is 28. Our only girl is 26, and our baby boy is 22. And we have 3 grandkisses by way of that oldest boy, and they are 3. No, not quite 3. It's 2, 1, and almost 2 months. So I am a writer, speaker, and minister of the gospel. And I do it all. Oh, and I have a podcast.
Yes, you do.
And so that's who I am.
Okay, we're going up. Take it up. Take it up. Keli.
Hey, y'all. I'm Keli. I am a proud 41.
Yeah. They don't look it right, y'all. Like, these are my sisters.
I forgot to say I'm 42.
Yes, so me and Jen are holding it down in the 40s.
Yeah.
I have a wonderful opportunity to just share with moms. I'm married, and my husband Ken and I, we have 5 kids, and they were born in 5.5 years. So it's been quite a story. And so I get to share that with moms and through ministry and mothering. So it's a ministry I started, and that's what I do. That's what I do.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, other way. Go ahead.
Hey, y'all. Hello, I'm Dominique, and I am in Maryland. I was born in Virginia, but I live in Maryland now. And I am married. I got 4 kids, and I run a ministry called Faith Mamas. So that's me. Hi.
Hey.
Oh, and I'm
somebody talking y'all lying about y'all age. How old are you? You how old?
How old? Me? I'm 34.
Lies.
The babies.
All my friends we love to lie. No, I'm just joking. We are all really this old, guys. In case you're wondering, I'm 33 years young. I looked at myself in a picture the other day, guys, and I was like, I am somebody's mama. You know, like you first have kids and you be like, oh, I'm a mom. But then there's that point in which you have crossed over to like, no, I have school age kids. It's right around that point when you were like, no, I'm somebody's mama. Like, this is how I will be referred to from now on for like the next year. I looked at the picture I put up of me and the girls, and I was like, yeah.
You're somebody's mama, girl.
Yeah, I'm somebody's whole mama. 3 people's whole mama. But cool. So these are my friends. I'm gonna cut the music down some. So we're all up in here. And I want to, while we're doing that, I'm gonna real quick. I want to know a little bit about y'all. So if you're comfortable, drop your name. If you haven't already, drop your name and where you're from. They said y'all look amazing, y'all. Kimbriana, she won, guys. Give it up for her. Woo, woo, woo. Kimbriana won our prize. And so what we're going to do is, Kimbriana, I want you to email me. Email me at iambrittanyjturner@gmail.com. And I'm going to connect you to get your prize. Jen is actually the sponsor of your prize. She has a dope, if you guys are looking to buy black, and I'm going to share the screen so you guys can see this. She has a dope sister who just opened up her tea shop, right, Jen? She just opened it up.
It's a tea collection.
It's a tea collection. So y'all take a look at this collection. This is what she just won. She just won this tea collection, okay?
Oh, that's
take a look at that. Can y'all see this?
Yeah.
Look at this. So spicy lady tea. Okay, this socialite tea got me wanting to try it a little bit, okay? So she's going to get all of that, not the teacup, but she will get everything in it to brew her own tea, a gentle mix so you can detox. So sis, when you sipping this tea, I want you to think of us. But if you are interested, okay, this is the website you want to go to, okay? FashawnTeaTime.com. Go ahead and order yourself a tea. Get yourself, you can buy just the packet or you can get the whole kit. But you are getting the kit, sis. This is what you get in this whole collection right here. This is yours. It's coming your way. So send me your information. And we're gonna get that over to you guys. Thank you guys so much for playing. Like, I don't know about you, but that was so much fun reading y'all's creative names, and of course watching y'all come up with these at the end. I was like, I don't even understand what's happening. But yeah, so we're gonna cut the music off now. I hope y'all like it. If y'all like that, that's my my Black barbecue list, my playlist. I'll slide that in the comments for y'all. I didn't actually make it. I just took it from somebody on Spotify, but it hits. It get me right. Like, I need to go sit outside with the tiki torches, you know, the citronella candles that you do out back when you be out there too long, so you keep the mosquitoes away.
Yes.
But yes, so congratulations. So we've had some other recommendations for stuff in the comments. Somebody said she needs to share with her sisters. So Kimriana, you got some invites for a tea party on here. So make sure you go, you invite some of your sisters. They said they coming. Okay. So I want to go ahead and take a moment, and I wanted to shift gears for a little bit. So I wanted us to talk about what it looks like to create a space that's like what we've been doing all night for you personally, because the truth is, this is going to end. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is going to end. It's going to go away. In terms of like, this event will end, but you're still going to need people to walk with you through life. And I think it's important that we have circles. And I don't think any of us deny that that's important, but I do think it's also hard to get circles like this. So this circle has been instrumental because I met most of them in different spaces. Actually, I met 3 of them all at the same time. But I met 3 of them all at the same time. But one of them was a friend of mine from a long time. Dominique and I go back. What did we say the other day? Like 20-something? How long has it been? It's been, we counted it up. It's been a long time. How long have you been married?
I've been married 11 years.
11 years. So it's been at least 12. It's been at least that long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe 10. Maybe, is that what we said? 10?
No. It's been at least 13.
There you go. It's a whole fun story about how we met, which I'm going to let them tell. So we all connected, and what cemented this circle for real for us was actually, shout out to Crystal Evans Hurst. She hosted an event called a speaking and writing workshop. And when she hosted that speaking and writing workshop, Kelly came, Jen came, and Jackie came. That's when we met. Jackie and I sat in the parking lot and cried for like 2 hours afterwards, connecting. It was a whole God thing. But I stayed in touch with Jen because she lived in the area. And so we connected. She invited me to her party. And Kelly and I stayed connected through social media and basically reconnected, which I'll let her tell you. And Dominique has been, like I said, my friend for 13 years. But Crystal hosted the Sister Circle Retreat, which, plug for her, whenever we open the world back up and she hosted again, get your ticket, be in the spot.
We'll see you there.
Yes, we'll see you there. We already said whenever it open back up, we going again, same room. But we met in that space. That was the first time we had probably all been together. And immediately what God cemented around the foot of the bed at night, on the car ride up there, hanging out in my living room beforehand, we realized this was something we wanted to keep going. Oh, and Red Robin on the way back, we added an extra trip we knew that God was doing something. And I knew that this was an answer to prayer for me, because I had been praying for sisters who were purpose driven that I could keep in a circle like this. And I have them everywhere. God has been faithful to add to that community. But this particular group, we just all happen to be speakers and writers. So we've been encouraging each other in that space. So I want you guys to speak to, and anybody can jump in. What has it been like to curate friendship circles, whether it be this circle or another circle you have? Because I know some of you have other circles. What has it been like, and how has that, been important in your walk?
I will jump right in. Friendships and sister circles is something for me that has been in my life, all of my life, so much so that now in this season, I look back and I realize what is normal for me, or my norm, is abnormal. To constantly be surrounded by like this. This is a sisterhood. This is what I have, and I've always had. There's never been like the fighting over a dude or the petty stuff. It's just been true friendships that have been together lasting, I mean, upwards of 30 years, through high school, college, marriage, kids, divorces, death. One of our friends lost her husband to cancer. Like, it's just been so much. But like I said, now I'm in a season where I'm looking at that and going, man, my norm is abnormal. Like, this is not normal. And I'm talking about a significant amount of women, you know, anywhere from 12 women who are just glued like this. And so I've always been surrounded by a sister circle, literally all my life. Here recently, in the more recent years, as I'm launching into ministry and doing the writing and speaking gig, the Lord has been so strategic to place me with women such as you all. I was thanking God for y'all yesterday. I'm like, Lord, for every season in my life, you surrounded me with somebody. You know, I've got a core group, but then when I moved to Birmingham, Alabama, you gave me some sisters there. When I started writing and speaking, you gave me sisters there. And so I think about it, I'm like, I'm very thankful for it. And I'm also like realizing just how key it is to just who I am. Like, I'm a person, I'm definitely an extrovert and all the things, but just the fact I'm like, I need community. And so I'm built that way, put it like that. And so God has met me right there. So for me, this is vital. I know several people who are like, you know, I'm cool, I don't need any friends. I'm like, yo, I need them. You know, it's just something that's vital. And I've been fortunate, especially with women like you all, to be surrounded in truth. And so like all these things, so it's not just, you know, hey, we coming together. No, these are true, authentic relationships. But having said that, as an adult, making those relationships has been a little bit different. And I find myself pulling back a little bit because now as an adult, it's harder to expose those uglier areas. You know, it's harder to really show people because my fear is you'll see that and then reject me or reject the friendship or just not have time for it. Because as an adult, it's like, I ain't got time for that. And God is just allowing me to just see these people I've placed in your life, be willing to be vulnerable there and not be fearful that, oh, you know, and I tell people, I'm like, it's like I have Elsa hands, I have the ability to freeze people. And so I'm like, I don't want y'all to see that. So I'll just myself when it comes to those inner parts. But God is just really breaking me of that. But adult friendships, I'm thankful for, and I'm learning how to be more and more vulnerable in this adult season of friendships.
That's so good. Keli, I'm on the opposite end of you. So you had, you know, friendships and had these circles and it was the norm. For me, that was not the norm. Honey, this is weird. Like, I'll be honest. This is my life where I'm like, what in the world? So when I was younger, I was that kid, I could fit in anywhere, but I never stuck anywhere. Like, I would just float. So I'm like, okay, kind of like a chameleon. I can be over here and be like, hey, how are you guys doing? And then float over there. And because I was a floater like that, I did that for two reasons. One is because I felt like the emotional stamina to maintain friendships was a lot because of things that I was going on in my personal life. And then number two is I just didn't feel like getting hurt no more. I'm like, I got hurt enough from my family. I don't need extra hurting me. Like, I'm good. And when I got older, because honestly, I only have one friend that was, you know, some people have tons of childhood friends, have one that I continue to talk with now on a deep level. But when I got older, I started to recognize this void. Like, I'm like, okay, Lord, like, especially when I got married, because I realized I can't talk to my husband about everything. Like, I will overload this thing. Like, I'm like, he'll be like, fam, pause. Can you please get some friends? And so I realized that I'm like, Lord, I need friends. And then as God started calling me out and to do things, I'm like, God, I don't know what I'm doing. Can you like direct me to some people that, you know, have a clue? You know, people will, you know, they often think when you're going to ministry that you've been in church forever. Like, I got saved when I was 18. So this is not normal. Like, none of this is normal. And, you know, you talk about like, what is it like now? It's still weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is still strange. And like, when I know Miss Jackie, she'll reach out, she'll be like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, I'm good. You all right? Like, but because that's what friendship is, and I'm still getting used to that. People call you just to say, hey, people call you. I'm expecting like, oh, can you do this for me? Like, I'm waiting for the ball to drop because that's how my norm has been. And so this for me is strange, but an awesome strange to have people that are like, Brittany, let me tell you about this girl. Every time I go to speak, she calls me like right before I'm like, let me pray for you. And I'm like, is that a thing? Like, that's a thing.
Like, am I supposed to be doing that? Should I have been doing that for people I didn't
know? I was like, is that how friendship works? I remember when Keli came over your house before the retreat, and like Brittany was like, she was talking about the laundry and all this stuff, and I went, about my business, and Keli done folded all the clothes, and I'm like, is that what friendship does? Like, am I supposed to do that? I don't know what I'm doing, but praise the Lord for
girl. No, that's one mama looking out for another mama, and I'm your friend too.
But I'm serious.
When I walked in the door, I started cleaning off the table.
Yes, everybody started cleaning. Which I'm sorry.
Not me. I didn't start cleaning. I didn't clean nothing. I said, "Oh, hey, boo, my house is just like yours. Let's sit in it. It's fine."
That's what they told you, though. Remember,
yep.
Because you felt bad because she came over. So, caveat to that. She's not a horrible friend. Dominique is an amazing friend. Okay. Let's just talk about that. Everybody here can attest to that. Dominique has been hurt, which most of us can attest to the fact that which was a whole nother YouTube live. I discussed some of the pains I've gone through in developing relationship. So let me stop right there and say, if you are afraid of being hurt, like this kind of goes for love, but especially in friendship too. If you are unwilling to risk the pain, you cut off the risk of reward too, because it took me repeatedly trying again. Like almost at some point I started to think, Lord, am I a glutton for punishment? Like, do I just want to be hurt? Because it took so long, guys. I am 33. And I would probably say it took me moving to Texas and about 3 years of being here. I would say within the past 2 years now, I feel like I have good girlfriends. And even outside of the circle, I feel like I have good, solid friendships where I could pick up the phone and say, somebody come get my kids. We need a break. Like right now, currently, I have a friend who is taking care and been helping me and my husband with our kids all day. Today, my husband walked up to her and was like, and hugged her like, I just don't know what would have happened today if we were trying to get ready for the summit and you weren't here. Like, but it took me getting to 31. Okay. Not for lack of trying. Like I have a bunch of friends that are like my friends now. Like we've cycled back around to that friendship, but where we were when we met, like even Dominique can say that to part, like we've been friends for 13 years, but the depth in which me and Dominique are friends now, like I now know this is my soul sister. There is almost nothing she could do short of like harming someone in my family that would make me, which, like that's what I'm saying, like it's short of nothing. Like if so, you would have to go so out. And even then I wouldn't stop being your friend. I'd just be like, I have to love you from a distance now. Cause like I feel so knitted in that thing, if that makes sense. So you have to run the risk of being hurt. You have to run the risk of being vulnerable, because if you don't know who is going to be on the side of that. So going back to what I was saying about Dominique, she is exhausted. Y'all heard her say she has 4 kids. Okay. Keli's kids are all, your youngest is how old now?
8. Youngest is 8, oldest is 13.
Oh, so her kids are 8 to 13, which means they are pretty much self-sufficient. They can feed themselves to a degree.
Or feed each other,
feed each other. Like all the time. After a certain time, she was like, "All right, you 6 months. I'm not picking you up no more. Siblings can carry." Like, but it took. So she's at that stage. Jackie, like she said, she has grandbabies. Jen is single. Okay, so Dominique and I both have young kids. Like her oldest and my oldest are a year apart. Okay. They're like little best friends from afar. Okay. They love to call each other up. Now he gets really disappointed when Micah's asleep. Okay. They have different time zones and different bedtimes. But we're in the same season of life. So when Keli came over, she was in a different season. So she was like, so Dominique, I see different because I'm in a different season. So that was another part of friendship she could give to Dominique as she was serving me, because she would say, let me take the burden off of you that your role in this circle is to do the same thing I do. Because that's not it. Like your job, what God gave you to see, because what Dominique did though, is I went in the back at some point before we left and took a nap before we drove. And Dominique came back and was like, you ready to wake up? And she stood by me. She helped me wake up. because I was pregnant. I think I was like 7, 8 months pregnant at that point. She helped me wake up, and her and Jen didn't leave my side the whole retreat. No, like nothing to my other sisters, but they stayed with me during my retreat. Keli went and met people to add to our circle, which was great. Now we got more people in our circle. You know, Miss Jackie was gone getting all the details. She came back with all the notes. Okay. And so another thing to recognize is you not only have to risk pain, you have to risk the awkwardness of figuring out what you offer and not feeling like you got to show up like somebody else in order to have value. You know, like I can't show up how Keli shows up. I can't show up how Jen shows up. Jen, man, she be praying like this is our prayer warrior right here, okay? And she comes and she sits, y'all. She has the gift of space, meaning she will just come and sit next to you, and you almost get like free counseling. You just sit and you can talk about, you don't even know why you're talking about that one time your cat scratched you when you was 5 and how it's deeply wounded your soul ever since. But that's what Jen offers. And so we have learned, now mind you, our circle has only been together, like I said, this retreat happened last October. So we're talking about a very short amount of time we've been this intentionally connected. But in that time, we've kind of shifted into roles. Like we know kind of, and they're not stuck, but this is kind of what's happened. And I want to encourage y'all. I'm seeing a lot of stuff in the comment talking about I moved. There's nobody in my area. Let's shout out real quick again where we are. I'm in Texas. Who's the only other person in Texas with me?
Me.
Yep. Where's everybody else? Where y'all at?
I'm in Georgia.
Indiana.
Maryland. Whoop, whoop.
We are not together.
Right.
That's the other thing. Actually, and I have 2 other really close friends of mine. One of them is in Nashville currently, and the other one is getting ready to move to LA. And both of them are godmothers to my daughters. My closest friends are not all here. Actually, y'all heard a FaceTime ring? That was another one of my friends who lives in Houston. Okay. So don't feel like, hey, look, somebody from Indy, Keli. Somebody's from Indy. Look, Keli, like I'm finna message her right now.
Oh yeah. Hey girl, we've been talking on IG. Sorry.
But don't feel like you have to have people regionally close to you either. Like be open to God sending you the people you need through something like this. Like we all met at Crystal's thing in Dallas, but they got on planes and went back home with the exception of Jen. Okay. Like Dominique is in Maryland. My family's in Maryland, so I get to see her when I get home. But Keli and Jackie, I only get to see them if they come to me or if I go to them. You know, so you can set up that dynamic if you are willing to be intentional. Like we set up a group chat that day. We then moved it to group me because Keli was like, there's too many text messages. And what we using now, y'all, Marco Polo. If y'all didn't know, somebody was like, you can make groups on Marco Polo. I was like, yes, you can.
I feel like our communication, it just kind of is indicative of our age group. Cause text messaging is very, and then it's like, oh, let's make it a little more up to date.
Did she say very,
Let's go.
What was that shade when it's dark? Like, who does that? Oh,
well, let's just talk about how we would be able to have a blue colored group. Apple people, y'all know what we're talking about. If somebody would get off the Android chain, we're not gonna say no name.
Team iPhone.
Listen, 4 of us are Team iPhone. One person's Android.
Let's just you need diversity. Everybody can't be the same. Everybody can't be the same. We were created differently. Don't let me start preaching up in here. I don't need your fingerprint on my phone to unlock it. Just let me be Android. Like mine is different. Let me be me. Just let me be me. But what I wanted to say though, I was thinking when you were talking about community, sister circle, sisterhood, and even what we have, the investment that we have. I think our circle is worthy of the investment. I think a lot of times, even when you do get in groups, you are always constantly trying to see the value of them and see how you meet up to their value instead of just saying you're worthy of the friendship. You know, so oftentimes we're looking to bounce ourselves off someone else's value and just say that we're worthy of being in a group of individuals who are like-minded. And even if we aren't like-minded, we have a like purpose that God created us, called us together. He never meant for us to be alone.
Right.
So I was just thinking, really, what we have, and y'all know I'm writing constantly, so I wrote it down. I said, I think friendship helps us teach out of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's ultimately what friendships are, you know, because I learned from your life. You learn from my life. Keli, like we all learn from one another's life. And though we may be in the same stages of motherhood, we're not the same mother. So having a hood helps you see your community and what you're called to as your chosen part of motherhood. So that's a whole different dynamic. And God did it like that because he knew we needed it like that.
And you know what? First of all, we have a saying we do when Jackie does this in our group. This is when we add the Mrs. back to her name. And we say hashtag what, y'all?
Jackie speaks.
Jackie speaks.
We say it every time.
Okay, I'm muting myself. I'm tired of y'all.
Hashtag it up. Because she will drop a nugget that'll be like, you know what, let me tweet that. I'm not even.
That is so true. You sneeze and she'd be like, you know what, I'm going to bless you from the heavens, bless you. Bless when you're coming out, bless when you're going in. I'll be like.
You know what God said when you sneeze? He said that was your old stuff coming out. And there's a new thing coming in. And you be like,
come on.
And leave you going, wash hands, wash hands.
Hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer.
Well, y'all, she be dropping these nuggets all the time. And it would be just like this. We talked about one thing and she gonna bless your soul. You need somebody in your life that can bless your soul when you sneeze, when you cough, when you're up, when you're down, all around.
Aunt Jackie is what y'all can call her, y'all. That's what we Miss Jackie, Aunt Jackie. She comes through and gets you right, okay? Just like her edges laid, she'll get your life laid, okay? Just
all for that. But please, just call me Jackie. You can call me sis, but that whole Aunt Jackie thing just make me feel dated.
She said dated. That sounded.
You saying dated made you feel dated, okay? I don't know that we use the word dated anymore.
I'm like, you dated yourself with that one.
Right. You just put yourself right back in that category. And you know what I don't get? You talking about, I am unashamedly 52, but don't date me. I don't
know. I 1 month. I'm 2 months off from 52, but
like August 1st. Did I make that up?
Like, August 1st. Look, Keli, you my real friend.
Why do I feel like the rest of us got shade because we didn't call that out? Like, it don't matter if we got it on our phone. We had to shout it out.
Look, you my real friend. I'm gonna send you those pajamas next week.
Hey, wash hands. Yes.
If y'all missed it, scroll back up on the comments. If you're trying to figure out why we keep saying wash hands, you missed it at the top. We wash hands. No more praise hands emoji. No more praying hands. It's the wash hands. Okay.
Look, somebody said they love my dated self. Y'all help my eyes. I can't see who was that because I love her too.
I don't know who SH is. You got to identify yourself. I don't know your real name, but
SH, I love you, boo. I love you.
There was I'm glad y'all are getting something out of this. I really want to talk about that. But somebody said it's hard to find people who are going to match their energy. Especially when they're single. I do want to point out that Jen is single. She's not a mom, and she's happy. Like, you know, she's like Jen is like, I'm so good. Been there.
Good. I love everyone's children.
Yes, she's a great auntie.
I love them. I actually wanted to mention that because I think sometimes there are groups of people that it almost becomes separated. You know, it's like moms only. Like once someone becomes a mom, then it's like I have to be. And absolutely, moms need encouragement and singles need encouragement. But I think that, you know, when God has put you in a family, I feel like this is like a family. We're not all going to be in the same place at the same time. And something that's been a blessing in this season. I mean, I'm divorced actually, so I'm single again, and to be able to not feel like in some circles it's like, well, you're single, you have all the time in the world and you can do this and never be treated like that. and being respected as a human being, as a woman. And I think there are some circles where it's like an identity can be put in either what your role is.
Yeah.
This is a place where I feel like we're all daughters of the King.
Yeah.
We're all sisters in Christ, and we all have different stewardships. And
Yeah.
it's never been made to feel like one is better than the other. You know, I feel like Jackie mentioned, like teaching out of our life and learning from one another. I feel like we're constantly learning from one another because we're all coming from different perspectives. We're all sharing what we're going through. And I think even there was in one of our group texts, I remember there was one time we had talked about, we didn't share something because something else was going on with someone's text. We had the Zoom we had a couple weeks ago. And I thought I need to be intentional to reach out for prayer, even though someone else is going through something, which is hard, you know, because not wanting to burden someone, say with our thing. But I know that this is the kind of circle where if I didn't tell them that I was going through something, they would be like, wait a minute, why? Tell me, you know? And so even like recently I had a prayer request of the day. I went on Marco Polo because I knew, I'm like, I can't afford to try and go through this situation by myself. And as I have a similar kind of friendship testimony to Keli. I feel like when I started serving God for real, when I was 20, I stopped and I asked God for friends because the people I were hanging with, you know, I had to stop getting high and sleeping around. Like that was the lifestyle I had. And I asked to please give me godly friends. And I feel like in every season, he's blessed me with at least one friend. And something that he showed me though with that is that it's not looking for a specific type of friend. It's being open to who he brings you, because we ask the Lord, we pray, and then he's going to answer, but sometimes it's not in the way that we always think. And I'm grateful because every season of my life, but that did look different because I moved a lot. I left New York and I had these incredible friends when I first came to Christ. And then I moved to Chicago and I literally thought I was going to die because I thought I don't have the same friends. And over time, God gave me new bonds with people that when I moved back to New York again, because I was like all over the place, then it was like moving back to New York and it wasn't all the same people who were still there. So in some ways it was kind of starting all over and then asking God to provide friends again, but realizing I can't have the same expectations, say, of that group of friends in Chicago, which they're all awesome friends that I had there. My young adult friends were all awesome friends, but being willing to be open to how God is going to provide that for you is crucial. You'll be surprised by his goodness. And he'll really bless you beyond, you know, what you would have expected. Are there hurts along the way? Is it hard being vulnerable? Yes, all of the above, because there's been some friendships that didn't work out. There's been some where there's, you know, been betrayal or, you know, or lies or just not being able to trust. And that's painful. And like Brittany was saying, being able to get back up and try again, it's risky, it's scary, but the fruit of that is to have what we have right here. And I don't think, you know, and I also want to mention in regards to our relationship, you know, 4 of us, you know, Keli, Jackie, and I met Brittany at the workshop, which was probably 2 years ago, a little over 2.5 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, man. Wow.
This what we have right now didn't happen immediately. You know, I think we all had relationships with Brittany. Like Brittany's kind of like our she holds it down and she kind of connects us. Like she said, she has a gift to connect people. But this kind of over time, and it was organic. So I think too, sometimes not necessarily, there's seasons for things. There are seasons where God allows different people to come into your life, even at different levels, like different kinds of, you might be closer with someone for a season of time and then maybe not as much, but it's not necessarily because something's bad. God knew we have, you know, I think talking about purposeful women, we all have a similar calls, like it looks different, but we have similar calls. And so being able to connect with women who want to do what God wants them to do, but even more so, just want to be who God has called them to be. There's something about being in that kind of circle.
Yeah.
You know, when you were saying, oh, go ahead. I was just thinking about when Jen was saying it was about like, it goes back to that like-minded sort of people and being in the group of people. And I was thinking about Hebrews 10, 24, 25, basically it's saying, let us stir up one another to love and good work. And so when you have the type of friendships that stir you up to love and do good work, that's the foundation of your community. That's really what friendship is. And I think that's what we each individually do for one another. Like even if you haven't been in these type of circles, when you get in here, the circumference of how we love one another is just something that you're a part of and you're okay with it, even if it's weird for the moment, like you in here and you're good because you know you're safe. So yeah.
I'm so glad you mentioned that because that word safe, having safe people. And I see Angela commented that it's often scary to ask for prayer because you may feel like you're being judged. And it is important that as you're asking God, hey, connect me, that you understand that just anybody, of course, isn't a safe body, but when the Lord shows you that safe circle or gives you that safe person, to go ahead and trust him in that, you know, and I'll tell you, I'll just put us all out there, Angela, you can contact any of us, just even just to connect, because there's hurt out there. And so a lot of people in their making of a friendship, there still needs to be some healing of some wounds as well. And so taking time to acknowledge that and just to really give all that over to the Lord is incredibly important. One thing that I love to think about is the fact that the Lord is so intimately involved with us, that he cares about every single part of us. And so the fact that
every friendship.
It's like you long for a friend. God put that longing in there to connect you with somebody else. And so it's up to the Lord. It's God's responsibility to make that connection. But sometimes it takes some hard work and some heart work, you know, to make yourself vulnerable, and some healing that has to take place. But I'll put us all out there as not judging and being safe, and just the stories that sit between the five of us, like just right here. You know, it's awesome, and you'll soon discover as you are showing yourself friendly and making yourself more vulnerable, that you then will connect with other people who are just doing the same. So be encouraged there.
You have to be encouraged, yes. And again, it goes back that friendships actually helps us teach out of our lives. Like that's what a friendship is. If I can't learn a lesson via my friend, it's just not good that I go alone and try to figure it out. You know, based upon what my friend is, it may not be my same story, but it is part of a process of what I'm making my story. So how can I learn from her? So that's the good part of friendship. I love that.
Yeah, you know, I was going to say, there were some things that came up, Jen, when you were talking that reminded me. And I was going to talk about what Angela said too. It is really hard to be vulnerable, but that's that risk part I was talking about, because this is where I'm reminded. And actually, she's on this call tonight. When we first moved out here, Kevin has a friend that we call his sister. They're both only children, but they act like they came from the same household, same set of parents, look alike. You can't tell when I tell people they siblings and I don't explain that they're not really related, people believe me at point blank. And she's been a great friend and has taught me a lot about friendship. And that when we came here, she was helping a lot because I came before Kevin. And then there was a rift that happened in just how our friendship was handled, because there was just an expectation really that just wasn't communicated. And my natural bent is towards peacemaking, almost to a fault, like actually to a fault. Many times people have to back me up, like, fam, let that go. Like, we recently had a situation where everybody had to tell me, Brittany, let it go. Like, that's not your fault. Because I love to make peace. Like, I really take to heart that scripture that says, as much as it's your responsibility, make peace with everyone. Yeah. And I will beat myself up to retain the friendship. So with her, I communicated what the issue was. She responded. We resolved our friendship, But my husband's not that way. He's the type of person where once you've crossed him, it takes a while to gain back that trust. She was diligent, y'all. At one point, she actually told him, "Oh, you thought you was getting rid of me? Psych. Like, you lied." Like she was like, "We've been friends for too long. You ain't finna get rid of me." And now we laugh because their relationship has been restored. But she was just diligent. He was not about it. He was stubborn for a point, and we laugh about it now. But she kept showing up. And when I tell you she kept showing up, she showed up for our girls. She would call and say, "I want to take them out." She would come and just drop money off, like she just showed up, okay? On the basis that I had communicated, so it did take something. We're in a marriage. So it was me communicating what the issue was so she could respond. But her response was, "No, I know God put us in relationship. I know God put us in covenant. You've been my brother my whole life. I'm going to just keep showing up, and you just going to have to deal with the fact that God connected us." Same thing. Me and Dominique had a similar conversation because I remember there was one point where she had pulled back and she apologized. She was like, "Brittany, I'm sorry. I pulled back because I thought X, Y, and Z after we had a discussion." And I was like, "Girl, you could never do enough to make me just bounce." Now, that doesn't mean somebody's going to reciprocate my same energy because like we said, like I recently had a friend that actually a bunch of us knew that recently just decided to cut me off out of nowhere. And it was so painful. And I processed it with them. And we found out that as a result, that person had cut them off too. I still to this day don't have a clue what happened. And I may never find out, but they encouraged me like, "Yo, it's not your fault." Because if you're going to work through relationship, truth is you may get hurt. The question is not whether you're going to run into the brokenness of the people you're friends with. I promise you, you stay in relationship long enough, you're going to run into some part of them that bothers you, some part of them that's broken, some part of them is hurt. Responsibility as an adult is saying, I am going to communicate what hurts me. Right. I'm going to communicate what's uncomfortable. And responsibility as the friend receiving that says, I'm going to adjust because I love you. Yep. That's godly relationship. If somebody's unwilling to adjust, that's how you know it's not a safe place. Okay. And it doesn't mean they won't be safe forever, but it definitely does mean for right now, you need to back up, until God heals their heart to a point where they can hear you out or whatever. And like I said, I can attest to the fact Dominique and I have been there. We can attest that that's part of our testimony where we had a period in life where we separated on a misunderstanding. We both regret that season so much. We were both trying to communicate the same amount of care, communicated it incorrectly. I didn't have my best friend in my wedding because we miscommunicated. But you know what God was faithful to do? Not let us get away from each other. When I went through the worst season in my marriage, I called on two people, one friend of mine in New York and Dominique. And those two friends prayed me through the worst season in my marriage and stayed my friend. And we are still best friends to this day because of it. You know what I'm saying? So us having that one thing, and now we're at the point where I told her, I was like, you can't do nothing. And like Keli said, you eventually build up history to trust, but until you build it up, you've got to extend that grace. It doesn't mean everybody's going to do it, but that's where I think we've got to go back to trusting God and not trusting people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to tell you, get yourself a good girlfriends and you're going to be set for life because they're never going to hurt you and have your back. No, I'm telling you, if you get yourself some good God friends, some people that believe in Jesus, that you can trust God to either convict them when they do wrong or make their heart tender when you need to correct, when you need to be about it, and to be a safe space for you. And you can trust that if they ever become unsafe for you, God will remove them or God will bring somebody else. You can trust God to be your source, even in friendship. We talk about it all the time. We can trust God with finances. God, bring me a job. God, bring me this opportunity. God, do that. But we don't trust God to put together our relationships. We even talk about it in marriage. We can trust that God will bring us the right spouse, but we don't trust that God will really curate for us the friends we need around us to encourage us on the journey. And if we're going to be open to that, it takes remembering, okay, at the end of the day, God, I'm not taking a risk just on people. I'm really asking to trust you with my heart because you are bringing these people into my life. I'm feeling like you are connecting me. I'm trusting you to tell me when I need to back up, you to tell me who to connect to, and taking that risk on the catalyst. Like she said, all of these people are connected, and I promise you, I'm not trying to toot my own home. They can tell you, I don't even like that. It makes me uncomfortable. But they all took a risk because, like I said, I had individual relationships with them. Keli and Jen and Jackie, we all went to the same event. But I reached out to all of them and said, hey, y'all want to go to the Sister Circle retreat and get a room? They all said yes. They were not the only people I invited. These are the people that said yes. Some of us had $0 when we said yes, y'all. That retreat was not cheap. We had $0. Two of us were like, we got it. One person was like, I got it. The other person was like, I'm putting on a credit card, pay it off later. The other two of us were praying, God, please let a payment plan rain down from heaven. And when it came out, we were the first people to jump on this payment plan. And
I was mad. I'm going to go ahead on and put it out there. I paid all of mine the first day it opened. Okay. I was mad because then this one, Brittany said, you know what? Hey, y'all, hold up. I think they're going to try to get a payment plan. I said, what?
But you was paid. You had nothing to worry about. I said payment plan. Now that's my language. Hey.
And two of us, me and Dominique, every time we made a payment, we were like, God, you got to be faithful. And Dominique had paid for the whole conference, and she was like, God, provide the way to get there. Or would you pay for the ticket and didn't have the plane? What was it?
I paid for the conference and didn't have the plane ticket. And then I was just like, Lord, I don't know how to get there. I think I cried a large part of the trip because I was like, God, you are so amazing. And Britt, you had said something. I just wanted to piggyback off of what you were saying. You were talking about trusting God for our friendships and our relationships. And I feel like this circle for me is just that. It's really trusting God. God really put it all together. But what God showed me is like, you know, sometimes we trust God to put us with people, but we don't trust God to have purpose in our pain. So we try to avoid pain at all costs, hence why we avoid people. And I realized for me, it wasn't necessarily that I didn't trust that God would bring me people. It was that I didn't trust that when they hurt me, not if, when they hurt me, that he was going to abandon me in my pain and that the pain would have no purpose. And so I realized that friendship and relationships with humans, period, they will hurt you. You will hurt them. It is inevitable. And so it's, will we trust God to use the pain? Like, will we trust him to use that pain? And I look at like Brittany and our relationship, Brittany kind of tap danced on it a little bit, but it did get, we separated for a little bit. You know what? God brought us together because I didn't call Brittany, no, Brittany didn't tell me what was going on. All of a sudden, it just started up with, call Brittany. And I'm like, call Brittany?
I'm so glad you remembered that.
Yeah, it just stirred up in me to call Brittany. And I'm telling you, I was nervous because I was still like, I don't even know. I mean, I know we cool and all, but you know.
What happened? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you remembered that detail.
Yeah.
I did call you. It was, and you know what? It wasn't just you. The other friend texted me too. I didn't reach out to anybody, which that goes back to what Jim was talking about, not reaching out when you need prayer. That's whack. Talking about you're not going to be a burden on nobody else, because let me tell you, this summit would not exist if the sisters that are here and the sisters, every picture you saw on that graphic, didn't hold my hands up just in prayer yesterday to get this done. But you're right. You did. You text me out of the blue. Yeah. And I was at the worst point in my marriage. Like, my marriage was about to dissolve. Okay. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. We were pregnant when our first daughter. Our marriage almost didn't make it. And God put my name on her heart. And if she hadn't said yes, I don't know that I would have made it through that season. Yeah. Forget just the friendship we had. I would not have survived that season. I promise you. Like, if I did not have her and my other friend.
Yeah. Sorry.
You know, my mom used to,
sorry, my bad. Sorry.
Oh, no, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just saying, even in that season and up till now, God has been showing me that even though you experienced a smidgen, because let's be real, Jesus Christ died on the cross, was hung, smacked, and all this type of stuff. I experienced a smidgen of pain, right, in my relationship with Brittany, and she experienced a smidgen of pain in her relationship with me. But God, not only did he use it, not only did he draw us back together, here we are at a summit talking about the fact that you can continue after pain in a relationship. So you can't say that God won't take that same pain and use it.
Somebody.
Now it becomes, will we trust God to use our pain?
I'm about to put your back down.
But will we trust him with it? Will we trust him to use our pain? Because it's coming, y'all. Y'all know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. Everybody's afraid of relationships because of it. It's inevitable. We get it. We hurt people. They hurt us. That's inevitable. But every single time, if you look back over your life, every single time, God is faithful to use that pain. God is faithful to use that pain.
Yes,
every single time will we trust him with our pain. Because we will trust him to bring us friendships. But let me tell you that at the first sight of maybe they'll hurt us, we like, oh, wait, oh, no. We try to get out of the dodge of pain. God is like, if you won't sit still and be hurt, just sit and be hurt and let me heal you and show you what the purpose of the pain was. There's always purpose in the pain. Yes. And really, I think it's about trusting God that if I get hurt, it's part of the plan.
Come on now. Come on. It's part of the plan because he has a promise.
Come on. Woo. Yep, he does. I'm talking about
I was just thinking about something my mother always used to tell me about friendship. And really, I didn't have a lot of outside friends. My mother always made us be friends with each other because I have 3 older sisters. So it's like my sisters had to be my friend because outside people couldn't be trusted.
Right.
So, so there's always a different dynamic to friendships. And she'd say, look to your left, look to your right. Those are your friends. And the reason why friendship is friendship, because it's a ship and it has to carry you when you're at your end. So that's why friendship is birthed, because right when you're at your end, that friend sails in there. And even though you're not willing to surrender, they're there to pick you up, keep you in the space where you're at your end to help you begin again. That's all friendship is. It's a friendly way of saying, I'm here for you when you're thinking that you're alone. Because I think it's important that even in this group of people at the time when our friendship was developed, I was working out of Matthew 7:7. I was asking and seeking and knocking for friendship. At that time, like a lot of people ask for money, better job or whatever, but I had just a late pace of just desiring community. And so it's at that time I just said, okay, I'm going to apply Matthew 7:7 to my friendship life. And so like, I can't remember who it was that said, we'll ask God for a husband. We'll ask God for this, but do you ask God for your friends? Right. So do you apply the ask, seek, and knock method of Matthew 7:7 to your friendship zone? Or do you just reconcile that only to money, marriage, ministry, motherhood?
Yes.
Come on, no, we can't do that. Like it applies to every facet of your life. The word of God is true. We can bend it, but we can't break it. And so because of what it is, it's bendable. It's bendable. You can apply it and lean into your own understanding, but it's not breakable. What it says it will do, it will do. So even when you're broken, the word is not broken. So you have to apply it to every part of your life to get to the promise when you're in pain, because it has purpose, because we know that nothing is wasted.
Yes.
I'm done.
You know what? It's so funny because we're talking about this, right? And I think that pain thing reminds me of something God was reminding me when you were talking earlier, Jen. Something we also do to avoid pain is we don't tell nobody else about the good friends that we have. Okay. Keli volunteered all of us for Angela just now. She was like, hit us all up. And we were for real with that. Like, hit us all up on Instagram, slide in our DMs. Like, we are so approachable. Like, Olin can tell you, she'd be quick to be like, hold on. Her friends ask me questions. I'm like, put them on FaceTime, girl. We can all chat, because we are afraid to share good things, as if friendship is we only have enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, we may not. Now, I'm going to tell you, we have capacity. You can't be deep friends with 20 people. But that does not mean that God doesn't have a role that I could play in that person's life. Okay. Case in point, Olin has a best friend. She's that girl's best friend, not me. But God can still do something through me in that relationship. Shout out to our girl Fonda. I said I was going to shout her out tonight. We put together a group that has pushed all of us forward this year. We said we was going to shout her out. She was faithful just to connect some other dope women she knows to go through some goals together. It's been such a great group. She's protected the group so we could all grow, well. But it's just, I think it's really bad for me that we are afraid to open up our communities. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are afraid to let somebody else in. Like, I was quick to be like, yo, Dominique's dope, Kelly's dope, Jackie's dope, Jen's dope, the other people I invited dope. Let's all get in a room together and be dope together. Like, that's my mindset. And let me tell you this, I can say this knowing that I have in the past connected people and they have created their own group and excluded me. Some purposely, because like I had one person, I asked them, I was like, why don't y'all invite me out? And they purposely said they enjoyed hanging out without me. And one person unintentionally, when I talked to them, they were just like, God just connected us on that level. It's just like we were connected. We're not trying to exclude you, but God has connected us to be best friends. So I felt disconnected because I was the third person. I've since reconciled. We're good friends, you know, but we are afraid to add to the number as if we are relying on that person again to be the source and not God to be the resource. If I share the friendship of this circle, which is the reason I wanted to host this live, I don't lose anything by letting y'all know how dope my sisters are. I had this conversation with Anaya the other night because she's a cheerleader. I said, baby, because she was talking about, we had to have a conversation that you are not going to put down people on your team that do other skills less efficiently than you do. Because because you have things you need to go on. 2, they can surpass you any day. 3, that's just not how we're going to roll in this house. We're not going to roll about the attitude of ever putting anybody down, period. Not even shady because it's fun and it makes us feel better. You will not feel better walking around here by putting somebody else down. And we did this demonstration. I had everybody call off the lights in the house and I asked my husband to turn on his flashlight in the corner. He turned on the flashlight. I said, look how bright daddy's phone is. It's bright, right? And she said, yeah. I said, it will take away nothing from the brightness of his phone by me turning on mine. And then I had Oline. She turned on her light in the room. It was dark. The room got brighter. And I said, now watch what happens when mommy turns on her light. I turned it out. Naya goes crazy. Oh my gosh, it got so bright. I said, that's what happens when you use your power to activate another light in the room. It does nothing to diminish your light. It does everything to make the room brighter. That is what we need to do with our friendships too, y'all. We have dope people. Even if it's just one other dope friend, you know, you can connect that one other dope person to another dope person and y'all start making a triad. And the more people you add, which is why I wanted to host this summit. I was like, yo, y'all, I called up all my girlfriends that God put on my heart and I didn't even get everybody. At the end, I was still texting people. God was like, stop adding people, sis. You're going to be adding people to the summit day, still trying to edit videos, getting people, everybody in. Let me just tell you right now, I ain't get all my good friends. We're going to do this again and I'm going to get some more folk, okay? I ain't even get to, I thought some people after the fact. But I was like, I can get these sisters together and they can tell their dope people they know. And we can all get together and be dope together. And what we create is this light, y'all. And we aren't all in the same city. We aren't all in the same state. We just connected ourselves to each other. And now we can be bright. And if this nation, if this world doesn't need brightness against the kingdom of darkness, I don't know what does. Like even just the months of what we dealt with in this pandemic, we need the light. And so the sooner we can get over the pain we think we're going to experience because we might lose a friendship because somebody else is doper than us, which is insecurity. Soon as we push past that and are willing to open up our circles, we will find that we won't just get new people in our circles. We will get out of the way of what God is trying to do in the life of someone else. Because if I would have held back this circle, then these friends that I have right here in this call wouldn't have benefited from each other. Because there are nights, y'all, on that Marco Polo, we laugh because we will fall off and I won't get to somebody's message till like 3 or 4 days later. But Jen needed prayer 3 days ago. You know who was praying for her? The rest of the circle. She did not, there was somebody available to her. But if I would have been selfish and I'm like, no, Jen is just my friend and I'm going to keep her to myself, I am withholding something that God needed for Jen. How selfish of me. How selfish of me to be so insecure that I don't let somebody else in. And so that was the last thing I was thinking about. I was like, I had to take notes because that God was reminding me of that. And I was like, yo, expand your circle. Don't be selfish. Y'all, we need this light. And it diminishes nothing from you or your friendship circles by you sharing. Period. I'm done. That's all I wanted to say. Somebody else say something.
Yeah, I ain't right. Everybody gives a whole word that says I'm done. Y'all all lying. Dominique ain't done. Miss Jackie ain't done. She's still gonna speak. Brittany still gonna shed all the light. Jen, you just gonna pray for us and calm us all down. Nobody's done.
Nobody will come with the fire. She from New York, okay? Y'all
say, can we just
podcast you hear that New York accent come out when she come with that authority. It switched to New York.
I know. Listen, I told Jen the other day. I said, Jen, like your podcast voice is customized. Like this is syndicate radio. Like I feel like I've been somewhere. Oh my God.
It soothes you, but y'all see the New York and Jen. So we were at this retreat that we're talking about, and Brittany shared that people were coming to our room, right? Well, somebody accidentally walked into our room. Me, I welcomed them. Hey, Jen. Jen was packing, right? I was like,
You thought it.
You stood up and was like,
Jen was not ready. Yeah, y'all. Jen was not. She was making sure we were safe. I'm just welcoming.
Okay, guys. This retreat was at Pine Cove. If you've ever been in Texas, if you saved in Texas, you've heard of Pine Cove retreats. What we didn't know is that when you go to Pine Cove, apparently the Pine Cove way is that they lock the gate to the property, so you can't get on the property, but the cabins are unlocked, meaning there's no lock to like actual lock your room doors, which tripped us all out when we got there. They were like, it's just the Pine Cove way. Understand, you safe. We got you. We were like, we don't feel safe. But
I felt safe.
Other people acclimated a little quicker. All us East Coast folk was like, nah, no.
This is what got me. I was like, Kelly was like, hey, y'all come.
Everybody was like,
the first thing I said was, Kelly, do you know them?
See, that's my whole MO. I am a welcomer. I come on, come all. And then, yeah, you do realize, yeah, I don't know you. But Jen wasn't having it.
She was okay. You were okay because I mean we were all at the same retreat. We the odds are that like and the person was genuinely lost because it was just a hallway full of rooms, but nonetheless,
they all looked the same. Yeah,
Jim was gonna keep us safe. Okay.
You know, something that Brittany, you were talking about how like allowing our circle to grow and how as a result of that, now someone could be there for prayer. Like when you couldn't be there, somebody else couldn't be there. And it's just allowing us to be with one another in trials. But I think not only in trials and in difficult seasons, but there's been things that God has allowed for us to accomplish goals in the last few months. Again, shout out to Shonda because she started a group that helped us with that. Yeah. I know for a fact, I never would have launched a podcast in my last semester of seminary with a chronic illness in a global pandemic without my sisters. Never. And so I think there's something too where I know that there's everyone. We all know that we're called to something. We all know that God has given us very specific gifts. And the thing is that we can't flesh out on our own. We need one another to do that. We need one another to be able to be who God has called us to be, because we're not, this is not for us to try and fly solo. It's about for us to come together and we don't eat, like we bear fruit, but we aren't necessarily eating our own fruit. We're eating from someone else. And so I'm just blown away because all of us have, similar callings, similar goals, similar desires. And it's just interesting to see how some of those things are coming to pass now that we're encouraging and spurring each other on. Even Jackie, as you shared Hebrews 10, that actually was, those verses are what were birthed. That's how the podcast was birthed in my heart, from those very verses. Just being able to encourage one another while it's called today, and being able to spur one another on to do good things. And so, yeah, in addition to like the hard times and also the blessed times, I can't imagine where I would be in life without godly community.
Yeah.
That's so good. Jen, so good. This is all really so good. And it's really good for me too, because like I said, for me, even the friendships that God is forging now, it's still not my normal. And anybody that talks to me, they know that I'm a mindset person. For some reason, God just has me on this thing with the mind. And I was thinking as we were all talking, I was thinking about running. And I don't know if y'all ever been running, but I'm not in shape. So I'll go running and I'll like poop out. I'll be like panting and everything. And one time I went with my friend and she was like, "Girl, it's in your mind. It's in your mind. Your body can go further than your mind. You have to control your mind. You have to tell yourself that you can do this. And I think that the same thing happens in our friendships, is that we get hurt or something happens. And like, I've seen the comments and I see like people have been hurt. I see some things that are, even for me, that are similar between all of us. Those things have happened and occurred in my life. And what happens is I get in a friendship and then I start to like breathe heavy. And then I have to remind myself, you're safe. You're safe. You're good. It's okay. Keep going. And I think that when we do come across all those things that people are typing in the chat, and even ourselves, when we do come across pain triggers, like somebody said that I'm afraid for people to pray for me because I don't want them to judge me. That is a trigger. It's coming from somewhere. It's something in our mind, right, that is triggering that. And the truth is, right now where you are, you're safe, right? And there are safe people. But why is that triggering? And so it just reminds me of when you're running and you're breathing so heavy, but your body's like, I still got more in me. I just need you to address your mind. And I think that that's the same thing for our friendships. If we would address our mind, right, we would get so much further in our relationships if we would address our mind. I think about that moment when I was at Brittany's house and Kelly folded the laundry, and it's a funny story, but I felt horrible. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, am I not a good friend? You know, because of this and this. And I started to spiral a little bit, and I made a joke about it, but I struggled for like 30 minutes. Like, I was struggling, and God reminded me, you have got to take captive those thoughts, or you will destroy your friendships. You will destroy them, because it'll just like running. If I don't take captive my thoughts, I'm not going to get as far as I could, because I'm going to convince myself I can't do this because of something. But we have to take captive our thoughts, or they will sabotage some of the best relationships God has put in our life.
That is so good. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, hey, listen, and I love to run. Okay, so I'm that runner physically. And I just want to tell you just how spot on it is. And I'm looking, I see another runner out there, but physically that is what it is. And I started running because my friend asked me to run. I'm like, I don't do that. But I started and I began to learn some things. And one of the things I learned is exactly what you said, Dominique, about your mindset. Secondly, was how to breathe. Because when people say I can't run or I don't run, it's because I'm going to get out of breath. It's not usually because my legs hurt. It's I just can't. I'm a pass out.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's breathing. So then learning to control my breathing, it makes something, it's all the difference. And that's the thing. So we say, I can't have a female relationship because of that. And it's like, no. Learn how to breathe. Yes. You know, that's what's going to carry you farther, you know? Mm-hmm. And so that's what you talk about, taking those thoughts captive and those things, or we can joke about, but really I'm spiraling. Learn how to breathe. Mm-hmm. You know, inhale, hold that, exhale. Your body is going to do what you tell it to do. But the issue is not my legs won't go far enough. It's, am I breathing through this thing? And that goes through so many aspects of our life. Like, get to the fundamental of the issue. Don't just treat the fruit of it. Oh, these girls are petty, or these women, they ain't loyal, and da-da-da. Stop. Yes. What is God saying? Learn how to do the thing, you know?
Yo.
That's too much. That's too much.
Sister circle, come on.
Right. That's too much. But I thought it was interesting what you said. It's learning how to breathe. It's not your legs that are tired. Mm-mm. But the thing is that even though you learn how to breathe and your legs aren't tired, you'll stop walking in that friendship, because it's not right suited for you, for where you think it needs to gird you up. Based on that, your legs stop before your breathing does.
You know what? And that's medical, because our brains are wired to react to our core organs. And isn't that funny? That's how Satan attacks us. He attacks us at the core of who we are, with insecurity and identity, because he knows that will stop us from mobility.
From moving, because the ultimate goal of the enemy is to stop your movement. Yes. So oftentimes, if you're in a friendship, something goes wrong, it's not your breathing that stops, because you don't want that to get cut off sometime. You're like, well, I'm not going to lose no more breath over this. I'm not saying nothing else. I'm going to keep this to myself. But I tell you what, I'm not going to walk back over in there. Like, no, my legs ain't tired, and I ain't going to trust her to get me tired. I'm done with her. I ain't walking over there, ain't calling her, ain't nothing. You stop everything based upon that you're trying to keep your breaths. You're trying to keep breathing because you know that actually you will hyperventilate in some circumstances of your friendship. So it's that trigger that stops you from going there to the point to where you say, no, ain't nothing happening there. Because I've been there. I've just cut people off and walked away. You know, it's just like, okay, so no, you did something to me. I know I have been that true friend, all out for you, and let me love you from afar and walk away.
Yeah.
You know, and so, you know, it's those type things. I don't think it happens. It's not by age, because I've had some older people, older than me. I'm like, did you just buy a pair of petty panties?
Like, petty panties.
Like, why are you being petty, sis? Like, you're too old for this.
Petty knows no age. It knows no age. So, you know, it's spiritual maturity. We have to be mature. And so, guys, we could keep this going all night. As you can see, we really will. We will keep this going all night. And we've already went a little bit over the time. I want to respect the fact it's getting late. Some of us, we got to get to our kids, our husbands, wives, not wives. Take that back. Yeah, did you get kids? And your husband. My husband, it's late. I'm his wife. I got to go be a wife.
Okay.
Why was this on the replay? Just know this was live, y'all. It was live. It was real. If you follow me on Instagram at all, you know I'm real. It's unedited. Okay. But I do want to make a couple announcements. Tomorrow we're gonna be raffling away some more stuff. I do currently have right now, if you go to my Instagram page, there are 2 posts. If you are interested, we have some coaches and some counselors who have given their time in their session at a discounted fee, and they want to be able to meet with you. So if you've brought up some of this insecurity kind of stuff, or if you know that you have a business idea that you want to talk through, or if you need, like I have some people who are anointed life coach. Every person I chose they're anointed. They're just not gifted at what they do. They're just not experienced. They are anointed to do what they're called to do. If you feel like this is something I need in my life, somebody to personally walk with me through, and you couldn't afford the session, somebody has blessed you. Okay. Had a friend that specifically donated, and she was like, look, I want to bless people with the counseling and the coaching because sometimes we don't have the money to invest where we need to invest. And she wanted y'all to get the help. So if that's you, if you're interested, go drop your name, your handle. If you think somebody else is interested, let me know. Because I definitely want to give away. I have a couple of those sessions to give away. And I'll make those announcements tomorrow. And I want to make announcements about tomorrow after this. But before I go, I want to give each of my sisters a chance to give their final comments. So just y'all get your final comments ready. Something you want them to leave with. For you guys, Keli came up with a great idea. We put our handles right underneath our names. These are all of our handles where you can find us and reach us. We really mean it when we say reach out. Please don't feel like you're being awkward, slide into our DMs. Like, honest to goodness, we all mean it. Like, we don't consider ourselves celebrity. We all share our platform. We really want you to feel like there is no reason for you to pay for this type of investment, for God to orchestrate this type of summit, for you to make the time and God to make sure there was a time for you to come here or hear the replay and you not get connected to the resources that God is trying to give you. Any sister in this, if you want to get connected to some other people, y'all drop your handles in the comments, please. And y'all, let's friend each other. Okay, let's keep this thing going. I really meant it. Like, I don't want it to have to be dependent on me or anybody else holding an event for you. God is putting stuff together. Okay, so do me a favor, drop your handles in the comments. If you want the counseling session, if you're interested, go to my page. I am Brittany J. Turner, and drop your name in the comments on that IG. I'm gonna choose from there. Either of the posts works. There's one with me in a video. There's one with a moving graphic that I put for tonight. Drop your name there. And I'm going to choose from there. Follow us. And then if you guys would drop your Instagram handle in the comments so people can come follow you. If you're worried about putting this on Instagram and people come and follow you, this video is unlisted. It won't be made public. The only people who get access to it are the people who paid for the ticket to this conference. So don't feel uncomfortable if you're like, nah, my page is private. I don't want anybody from YouTube just coming to contact me. I am respecting that space here. If you didn't pay, this is the way I felt. If you didn't put money into it, and not even just because of the money, I feel like if you weren't willing to sacrifice your time or some part of you, because we had people on scholarship. If you weren't willing to say, raise your hand and say you want to be a part of it, they won't get this information. So if you want to connect, drop your name and your stuff in the comments. And please, if this blessed you tonight, would y'all just sow a word of thanks in the comments too, to let my sisters know thank you for them sewing tonight, because they sacrificed time away from their families. They put time on their schedule, not just to support me, but to let you guys in. So would you guys also put those thank you comments in the chat box for us as well? So I'm going to start off with Miss Jackie. I'm going to come to you first. I'm letting you know. Give us your final comments, your final takeaways before we close out for the night.
And I wrote mine down when you were talking. So I was just thinking, just in reference to everything that we've said here, it's all based on sisterhood, community. But I just really put down seeking God through community. I think there has to be a lateral transfer with Him for us to be universal, or a unilateral transfer amongst our friend circle. I just put down, I said, we weren't created to go about life apart from relationship. And I think that's relative to where we are right now. For the first time in history, we're praying in unison because we're trying to figure out something that we're all in the same space, like with the pandemic. But we still need community. And I think it's an oxymoron when we're separated, we're longing for what keeps us together. And that's community. And, but I put down, community exposes us to the full exposure of the abundance of what God wants us to experience. That's community.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
Dominique, give us your statements.
I guess my final thing would be, there is purpose and power in both the empowerment of friendships and the pain that comes from them. So let's not run from either one. Let's dare to believe that God can grow us, groom us, transform us from the empowerment of friendships and from the pain of them.
Amen. Jen.
We talked a little bit about identity, and, a big piece is us knowing our identity in Christ, who we already are once we've come to Him, and then being among people who are not only living that out, but encouraging that in you, who are pointing to Jesus. This is not a circle where it's about being codependent and trusting in a person to be perfect. These are women who are arrows pointing to Jesus, and we're just getting closer along the way. And so Ephesians 1, just go to Ephesians 1.
Hey, Kelly, come with it.
Proverbs 18:24 says, a man who has friends must himself be friendly. So the reason why we can trust God to build these friendships and to bring us these friendships is because friendships, the idea is not ours, it's the Lord's. And He speaks on it. And so we have the pleasure and the honor of trusting God with what His plan for us is, which is connection. So show yourself friendly, ladies, and God's He's gonna bring that person to you.
Guys, I'm seeing, I hope y'all are looking, take a minute, look at the chats, look at people saying thank you for y'all being vulnerable. My final words are just thank y'all for being my friends. And thank you for letting me pull our friendship circle into the public arena for people to be able to benefit from what we've been able to create here. Thank y'all for trusting me enough to come in this space. Thank y'all for being like, guys, this was the first group I pitched this idea to. I told my husband and I told them. I went and I said a month ago, guys, I got this idea that I think God wants me to do like now for this summit. And they all championed it. Yes, 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 yes. And I had one other friend I sent it to. Yes. And she's here tonight too. They championed me and they were like, do it. They gave me some wisdom on how to execute it well. But they were all behind me. And I know it goes without saying, you need people like that are going to be behind you, but you need people that aren't going to just say, yes, go, but are going to literally hold your hands up. There's a story that we've been referencing all week. And we referenced it on our prayer call with the greater team too, where the Israelites they were at war, and they could only win the battle when Moses' hands were literally lifted in the air. But there was a point where he got tired. And so his hands just begin to drop. And so what Joshua and I think it was her on both sides. My husband will correct me later if I was wrong. But they each grabbed the arm and they held his hands up so that way the battle could be won. There's so many things that God wants to win for the kingdom through you and your gifts, but you cannot do it disconnected. You are connected to God, and God, the thing that scripture talks about, I am the vine and you are the branches. The thing about that is you are not a singular branch. He says, I am the vine, you are the branches, plural. You have to be connected to the body in order to efficiently and effectively move in purpose. So thank y'all so much for being my friends, for showing up for me and my family continually, and letting this be an opportunity and opening yourselves up to that friendship for these women who need it. So before I get to crying, because I hear it coming, y'all stay on, because I'm going to talk to y'all once we end the broadcast before we go. But I want to make some announcements about tomorrow. So tomorrow, if you are wondering, it will kick on to the event page tonight. It will kick up there to let you guys know information. So if somebody, if you look, somebody needs to be here and you want to go buy them a ticket, guys, I'm keeping this registration open. God told me to keep this registration open till the full month is up. Okay. So if you have people that you're like, this summit is good and they missed it, but they need the replay, God told me keep this open till the full month is up. And if you listened and you look, I need to go back and add that evergreen option because I need to keep this stuff. I need it belong further than a month. I'm going to add tonight a ticket that's just for evergreen. So if you just want to buy the access to those files because you forgot to add it on when you purchase your ticket, go ahead and do that and use the code ready for more. It will give you a 20% discount on that. It'll drop it down for you guys. So you can go ahead and do that add-on if that's something you want. I'm going to explain it more tomorrow, but God has also put on my heart to continue doing circles like this. So if this was dope for you, if you loved it, we are going to have another prayer call at the end of July where we're going to get together to pray, and we're going to do that one on Zoom. So you'll actually be able to see your other sisters. So it won't be like this a broadcast. I wanted to keep it a broadcast because I didn't know how many people would come to the summit, but we're going to do that as a Zoom. And we'll all be on there together to pray. And I'm tapping some of my sisters, some of them y'all didn't even meet tonight, that are just prayer warriors and anointed and have prophetic gifts. And we're going to come in there and pray, interact. We're going to cut up to, but keep that in mind. Just know that's coming. And tomorrow I'll talk about an opportunity for you to join an online community God's put on my heart to just be able to do this regularly, for us to meet together and really grow together. So keep an eye out for that tomorrow. Worship starts tomorrow at 9 a.m. The link will go live. We have 3 awesome people. One of them's here tonight. She did an amazing dance for tomorrow morning. 2 awesome worship sets that we're going to have tomorrow morning. And then we have 2 more live sessions. Dominique is preaching tomorrow, y'all. You do not want to miss it. She's going to be talking about building and battling. It's going to be dope. If you're watching a replay, make sure you go watch that replay. And then I'm going to actually be teaching tomorrow. Before we close out the summit, I'm going to be teaching on identity crisis, how to make sure we're rooted in Christ so we can grow in Christ and grow our relationships in Christ. So I hope y'all enjoyed tonight. I really, really had a whole bunch of fun with y'all. We cut up. We had some fun. Sis, Kimbriana, make sure you email me so you can get your tea set. Those of y'all who are interested in the counseling sessions, I have a couple to give away. Make sure you go to my Instagram and drop your name in the comments. Or if you know someone else needs it, drop your name in the comments. Let me know so we can give them the gift of that help. Dominique, you have one more thing to say.
I just want to say 9 Central Time. Is that right?
Yes, Central Time. All the times I say, guys, I'm in Texas, it's Central Time. So if you are on the East Coast, you need to, East Coast, West Coast, adjust yourself for wherever you are. I'm talking Central Time. All times will be Central Time because that's where I'm located.
Someone also asked about how to add on or how to get the counseling sessions. So I don't know if you want to
go back and add it on. I'm going to do that too. I'm going to go back and make a ticket just for the counseling add-on. The dope thing about this is that normally these sessions are way more expensive. I asked my friends to discount them. It's $25. That money doesn't go to me. It goes directly to them for their practice. This is something that they do. And so it's just really sowing a seed. Some of them, like I said, some people have sponsored. If you want to be gifted, if you want to be in the running for being gifted one, go to my Instagram. If you just want to add that add-on, go back and look to see if you want to see what we're offering. There are 5 different individuals there. Use the event page. There's a PDF at the bottom that says the counseling packet. It has the information on the type of sessions they're offering, what they do, information on how to get in contact with them, all that kind of stuff. So I will make that a ticket option as well. So if you missed that with your registration, you can go back and add the evergreen. You can go back and add the coaching. Okay. So if you want that, just go back to Eventbrite, the same page. I'll type it in here. The registration link, in case you're like, I don't even know how to find that again. I've just put that in the chat. It's just bit.ly Becoming More Summit. Just go ahead and add that. Go to that website, and I'll make those tickets live once we get off here. I'll make those tickets live for y'all to be able to purchase. And those sessions, some of them have sessions open up tomorrow. A lot of them have sessions opening up next week. A couple of them gave me Calendly options, so you'll be able to set up a one-on-one. So please, if that's something you're interested in, if you're like, I need somebody to walk with me through, I'm telling you, dope anointed sisters that I have used personally. They have gathered me in my life personally and have helped me. I can personally vouch for the good work that they do for the kingdom. So if there's nothing else, as they say in the old church, if all hearts and minds are clear.
Brittany, I just want to shout you out.
What?
Oh, sorry. I just want to shout you out and just thank God for you publicly and just this amazing thing. Guys, the combination of the things offered over the weekend just speaks to the high level of excellence. Just everything from the live option. There are videos that'll be available to you as well. A worship set, the coaching. Like, you just don't get this caliber of material and this amount for this incredibly modest price, and as well put together as it is. Brittany, I'm praising God for your servanthood, and I'm trusting that he's going to continue to grow you through this as community is oozing out of you. You know what I'm saying? And you're able to make this community happen. So I just want to publicly thank God for you and just let all you ladies know Brittany's giving you a piece of what's really available. Check it all out. And God is just doing amazing, amazing things through her when she said yes. Okay? When she said yes. Scared, broken, in her words, all the things, she said yes. And I'm just sitting back looking at this going, God, you are good. So Britt, I need to tell you,
I'm turning my camera off. You will not do this.
He's good, y'all. God is so good. When you say yes and you push through that fear, God, he's good. So I'm praising God for you. And I just want you to know you've done an amazing thing right here with this. And it's just so well done. Like, it's just so, like, literally, I told her graphics give me life, just the way we're streaming through StreamYard. She's got coaching packages available and a vault of videos over on the side and a live session and a worship session and a day. Y'all, the girl did the thing. She's walking in her calling, walking in her purpose. She's saying yes. She's in her season. This is what it looks like. Britt, keep going. Keep going, sis.
Social distancing. Everybody, someone wash hands virtual hug.
Wash hands. Good night. We gonna keep going. We gonna keep going after this.
Yeah.
But good night.
Jackie, you on mute. We can't hear you. There you go.
Obedience creates opportunity for God to show up. That's all it is.
And Mike,
thank you for being obedient. Thank you for being obedient, gal.
I love y'all. I love y'all too. So happy y'all are now in my community. I can't wait to go through these comments and follow y'all as well. Y'all go follow your sisters. I typed it in the chat, but let me say this out loud. Welcome to the Becoming More community. Welcome. Welcome. So glad to have y'all at this inaugural summit. We will catch y'all tomorrow morning in the lives. Don't miss it. The vault will go live tomorrow too. Don't miss it. Y'all ain't ready. Like, my sisters tore it up in these videos, y'all. The art of saying no, planning for hope, leading your kids in the importance of leading your kids in the God did this thing, y'all. So I'll see y'all in the morning for worship. I'll post those links there. I can't wait to meet y'all and see y'all tomorrow. Love y'all so much. Y'all have a good night.
Bye.